Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Fate Weaver today, because today we are carrying on with Chapter 2 of our holiday campaign, playing Ryan Vernier's very cool Blackbirds Gothic Fantasy RPG. We are playing a mini campaign over the holidays called the Blackbirds of Yule. And with me are the entire flock of Blackbirds for tonight. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing. First up, we've got George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I'm playing Wolfson the Wicked, who is a human theurge, who's a man of very few words, but many emotions. That's how I'll put it.
Nice. Next up is Jamie.
Hey everyone, I'm Jamie. I'm playing Thericus. He is a Nephilim who specializes in shadow and subterfuge, and who has a contact that we are currently looking for.
Yes, that's right, Nigel White. Next up is Graham.
Hi, I'm Graham. I am playing Adelaisa Levord. She is a human mercenary and an Agitite swordmaster.
Very nice. Next up is Jeffrey.
Good evening, musers. I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Alaric Stone. He is a kind of a doctor, we'll call him tonight.
Nice.
I think we're about to shed some blood, so...
Yeah, there's a good chance of that. Next up is our resident walker of the path and craft and expertise, Dave.
Thanks, Kev. Hey, everybody, I'm Dave. I am playing Gita Vayan, and she is Path of the Blade and Bow. Sorry. Freudian slip, maybe, I don't know. And she is about to be grappled, probably, or something equally perilous.
Nice. And last but certainly not least, joining us for the first time in the Carcass Nations is Carl.
Yes, I'm playing Ludovic, who is also Path of the Bow and Blade and wields a big hammer.
Nice.
Looks like.
All right, so guys, the one thing I need to do in, let's see here. I'm just going to do a quick look at our last batch of running away rolls here. I see there's some red. There's some more red. There is some green. So Farrakis got green. Alaric got a success. Ingolf's not here. So I think everybody else other than Ludovic. So let me think. Not everyone. Wolfson failed his running away check, and Adelaisa failed hers. So Farrakis and Alaric, just bear in mind that you have succeeded. That's going to be important in a moment. So where we are picking up is we're actually going to start with Ludovic. So bear with me a moment here.
Welcome to the game, Carl. Roll a save.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If you could have a sublime failure on this, that would be great. Then there'd be two of us that are.
There we go. Okay, so Carl, and just like in similar to what we were doing in Flames of Freedom, Carl, yellow is your fortune points, red is misfortune. So I'm just going to move them back and forth as we go.
Okay.
Ludovic, our story starts outside of a city called Culwadine. You are... Oh, it's your first time in the Carcass Nations. Hold on, Carl. Let me show you what... a little background here. So, this is the setting of Blackbirds. Have you read anything about Blackbirds yet?
I've started reading the book.
Okay, cool. So, you know that they are... Oh, one thing I was corrected on as well, too. Not all of the oligarchs are theurges. So some of them are, some of them are not. As Ryan pointed out, it's much better to have someone else take the tithe for you. So better to have a theurg in your employ than be one yourself. But basically, Carl, the last 12 years have seen a widespread... The nations were once part of a republic. It was an empire up to 1,000 years ago, and it's been a republic since. In the last 12 years, seemingly conflicts have sprung up in every nation across here, leading to a conflict that's been known as the War of Empty Thrones. 2 years ago, there was an event called the Extinguishing, where the oligarchs managed this secret cabal of powerful theurges and other rulers, lay rulers, stormed heaven and killed the gods. And at the time of our campaign, for one thing, all the many of the servitors of the various gods have sort of gone mad or are running rampant as a result of being left to their own devices. The oligarchs themselves are going through a horrendous apotheosis, where they are trying to have their mortal forms warped and twisted to be able to maintain or contain the divine power that they stole. And that's having a deleterious effect on the world as well. Where our campaign takes place is in the nation of Elkland. Elkland, for 12 years, the localized conflict has been something called the Betrayer's War. Betrayer's War, over the last 12 years, has seen war come to every single village and town and thorp and community in Elkland. In many cases, people have changed, within the span of any given year, have changed sides in conflicts, almost every month. There are two. Originally, it was called the Betrayer's War because of one rival king taking out a bunch against another, but it's really come to apply to almost any ruler who seemingly is willing to betray their allies and turn on them. What has led to, if you think of the impact of the 30 Years' War on the German states, that's kind of what Elkland is like right now. So your character has likely, over the last 12 years, been living through much of this. Because he is quite good at employing his hammer on people, that is likely what he has been doing, or I assume he's been doing. Where we find you today is in a refugee camp outside of a city called Culwadine. One thing that's been happening one thing I'll say with where the Blackbirds name comes from is that the last three gods to die were the three Norns, the three goddesses of fate. And when they died, almost like birds flying from a tree, shattered ashes of fate went flying out into the world and lodged themselves in random individuals. You are one such individual. But you begin to have been having this strange dream that has elements of there is a writhing serpent that seemingly is both underground and then dead on the surface. There's a shattered tree in your vision, and there are birds pecking and clawing at the carcass of that snake. What you've also seen is at the center of a clearing in these dreams you've seen a number of other individuals who enter the clearing seemingly equidistant to where you are, but ahead of you, you see someone turning away from you towards the shattered stump of that mighty tree, who is someone of importance to you. It's someone who is either has a place in your past, your present, or your future. The rest are all strangers, but this vision has brought you to Culwadine because what you've heard, one of the signatures about Culwadine is a city of about 32,000 people. One of the signature things about Culwadine, or at least for generations, has been the Temple of the Serpent and Cycle, a temple to the world serpent. It has been the focus point of a massive temple district. Culwadine also has traditionally been a part at a center of a trade network. So they have a very active caravan district, and there's lots of places you can go from here. But the reason this was of interest to you don't have any other connection to Culwadine, is that you've heard that the cult of the Crow, of Corvus, the god of death, has displaced the cult of Ouroboros, of the world serpent. And for some reason that spoke to you, and you've come here. What you found is a city that has a sprawling, thousands of people large, tent community of refugees outside, others who have fled and come here. And you found guards are only allowing people in through the doors who are willing to give up human sacrifices to Corvus in order to to go and live within the quarters. It's only been about 2 days that you've been here. What you found is that this is one of the worst, one of the worst communities you've seen. There is definitely tents, and there are warm places to sleep, but what you find is all the things that desperation can breed. There is crime, there is murder, there is people betraying one another, and there are those who are trying to make their coin in here. So I think at present you haven't made a decision as to how to get in. You haven't yet to run into anyone that you that my neighbors are having people over for pre-Christmas Eve. So I expect to hear that quite a bit. Anytime anyone's going to their car, they're going to get shit from Anna. I think what you're doing is you have heard about the turn or the cult of the crow turning people away. You asked around a little bit first, and you decided to go see it for yourself. So you were at the gates, and you saw another group ahead of you going in. Seemingly a group of travelers, there's plenty of folks going back and forth. And then what happened is that group, whatever decision they made, they suddenly decided they needed to get out of there. They'd spoken to the priest very briefly, the priest had gone back, and then seemingly guards are coming out to speak to these people. They all turn and kind of are going off. You're not necessarily paying attention, but what does catch your attention is the young woman who spins around a shield and spear either on her back or on her side, who almost knocks you over. And the reason this is important is because you've seen her face in your dream. This is someone from it. And Gita, I think maybe you're just too desperate to get away that you didn't realize who it was who was behind you. But after she runs into you, she's fallen down, and where things are opening is a small detachment of guards have run out. There are 3 who are right up. Let me go to the right layer here. Right up on Gita with spears, and then there are a bunch that are about maybe 20 strides away who are coming in. Gita, you are prone right now. The others are running away. Now, one of the things that is neat about Blackbirds is the surprise round mechanism. So first thing, let's do this. Why doesn't everyone click on their token and then click on initiative? And I think everyone knows where initiative is now. Initiative is under the combat tab, or in the combat tab, midway down underneath the damage threshold. Perfect. Let me put these guys in here as well. How about I open the book instead of relaxing, hey? Come on, Madison. Get on the ball. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I was on the ball. I had it marked already. Okay. So, I'm going to even be more... Get ready to be stunned, guys. I'm remembering to cut and paste someone as the initiative tracker.
Are you going to mark them, though, or are you just going to wing it?
No, I got them down. I put a separate one down. Further down the page.
Yeah,
so
extra,
I won't accidentally
we can't
erase
attack
them.
that guy. I want to attack that guy in the back.
Exactly. All right, so here we go. 13. Okay, so here's the way it works. Remember I said for those who succeeded on their escape checks, that was what, Farrakis and Alaric?
Yeah.
Farrakis and Alaric, you are going to have a surprise round here. What we can assume is you've run twice your movement away, so assume you are, whatever that is. If you got 7, it's 14 strides away. A surprise round, Carl, is something that's not in Flames of Freedom, I don't think. What it is you get your those who are able to surprise the others get 3 AP worth of actions, and the people who are the other characters do not get anything, which means no defenses. Once you get to the first round of combat, everybody gets their 3 AP, and then we go on, and then they refresh on each individual character's turn. So, as you can imagine, having a round to do stuff, knowing that people aren't going to be able to defend, is a pretty helpful way of starting a fight. So I believe it's Farrakis and Alaric. So let me look in. And Ludovic, let's do this. Why don't you give us... Let's see how fast you spring to action here. Why don't you just give us a standard awareness check? Let's see if you can respond fast enough here. And awareness, Carl, will be under your perception.
In the main tab. Scrolling below all your talents and stuff.
Yep.
Let's see how you do
So,
here.
Perception.
Perception,
awareness.
awareness, yeah, and standard difficulty, please. Let's see here. Come on. There you go. All right. So, Ludovic, you will also have surprise. So, what you can picture is there are 3 of them that are armed with long swords. No, with spears. Forgive me. That are right in front of where, like, adjacent to Gita. Spears out. They're on the ground, or she's on the ground. And there are 3 more that are coming out immediately. There are likely a lot more inside, but that's who is coming out at present. Yeah, Agnes keeps you asking. Remember those wolves? I got to have the momentum spend and bring more out.
Yep.
It's like that, but an unending faucet. I love it. Okay, so then, Ludovic, you're actually up first. So this woman from your dream is on the ground, and these have come up. Ludovic, you have 3 AP. Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I guess I can. So what is the law like here? I guess that's the question I have. Or like, is attacking soldiers I guess it isn't normally
these
a bad
are
idea.
Guards of House Winter. They are. It is definitely a. I'm just gonna double check, but I think it's like. I think it's like Flames of Freedom, where you can actually decide whether they're dead or defeated. Let me double check that. Ooh, that option is not here. You know, I'm going to let you do that anyway for this, just because I don't... Maybe it is. It's in the Fate Weaver section. But... Let's see here. We'll use that rule for now. So basically, to answer your question, Carl, yeah, like attacking the guards is going to be a bad thing, but there is a thousands large refugee camp to potentially lose yourself in as well, and it's a city of 32,000. This is not like you're going to run into, you know, one of the 100 guards that are here. It's a large detachment. So, but yes, it is definitely you could get in a lot of trouble for attacking guards.
Okay. Well, I guess I have 3 APs. So I guess how many APs? And you said that the woman from my dream is on the ground?
Yes, here you go. There's all combat actions. Okay. And under the handouts, I've got like the conditions listed there, spending fortune and skill uses. The spending fortune there is really only the stuff for editing scenes, but what are you thinking?
I'm thinking of like the first thing, pull that woman up to her feet.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And then move to get between her and the guards, and then attack.
So I think it would take 2 AP to pull her up, just because it's 1 AP, it's 2 AP to stand. So you can easily like pull her up, and as soon as this burly, you know, clearly not a guard Gita, the man you ran into, pulls you to your feet, and you immediately recognize him as one of the faces you've seen in the dream. And then you have one more, Ludovic. You could save it for... I mean, you're going to get 3 AP at the start of your next turn, so there's no reason to save APs in the surprise round.
Okay, so like I'll just... well, then I will use that AP to just stand in between her and the guards.
Okay, sure.
In a threatening manner.
Okay. Farrakis, 3 AP, and how fast are you?
Fast.
Your movement.
Yeah, let's see.
Movement is same block where your damage threshold, peril damage threshold, peril threshold are.
It's right across or right by initiative as well.
Let's see. 10.
10. So you're 20 strides away. What are you doing?
I think I want to hustle over there.
Okay.
And if possible, try to use my talent for being a prowler. Specifically, the never saw it coming surprise action.
Okay.
Where I could possibly target one of these guards and subdue him.
So you need to be engaged with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's but here's what you could do though, is you could spend a fortune point and get an extra AP, do 2 AP to stride over, be adjacent to one of them, and then spend 2 extra IP to do your action.
I love it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Let's go for it.
Okay. So then, what are you doing here? So go on and give us a stealth check.
Okay.
And I'll check what the helpless condition does. I think you can kill them outright, if I recall. Hey!
Oh.
You fortune point that?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try this again.
Yeah, helpless cannot use any reactions or actions and may be slain with a successful attack.
That's better.
Okay, so how do you think you've rendered this one guy helpless?
I think that perhaps I'm able to hit him on the temple with the butt end of my shiv or something like that.
Okay.
Kinda,
So
yeah.
where he is he's not able to take actions or reactions, and he can be slain right away, but he's not out of the fight necessarily.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got him helpless. Then it is, let's see here. They are surprised, so I'm going to act Alaric. That's who it was.
Yeah, I think Alaric will use one of his AP to move back to where the trouble is.
You're twice your distance away.
Oh, okay, so
Twice
I'll
your move, so it'll be
twice.
2 strides.
Yeah. And then I'll use my last action to try and disperse the crowd, get them to step back, make room so they don't get hurt.
Oh, okay.
Essentially.
Okay. Sure. Why don't you give us
the bystanders.
Yeah. But why am I taking your fortune point? Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing here.
And I use a fortune point to make sure it works.
Yeah, apparently. I'm stealing them anyway. Why don't you give us a charm check, please? I got my list of
Charm. There it
here
is.
again.
Okay, people, listen to me. I'm a nice man. Nope.
I pre-spent that fortune point for you. You want to re-roll?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, you got it.
Since you already moved it.
Well, I didn't, but I'll do it again.
Oh,
Needs more from me. Okay.
come on, get back. There we go.
All right. Okay. Great. So yeah, the crowd is being dispersed. So you've got you're not going to have a big group of people there. All right. Now we'll be on round 1. Let's start. I'm gonna check one thing here. Anna's reminding me. Let's just double check what helpless does. I've saw what the short version is, but let's just see if they're, because if they are actually. If that's the way you make them unconscious, then we'll let that happen. Let's see here. And if we look it up once, we won't have to look it up again.
Right.
Until we play Flames of Freedom and it uses helpless in a different way.
Of course.
So, all right. Where are the conditions? I think they're under. I'm looking.
She's just stimulating some of the sounds of the background in this camp that we're in.
Exactly. Someone's keeping a
Appreciate it.
very agitated pup. We were napping
She's
for.
she's a Foley artist. doing her.
Exactly.
Sorry.
She's a unionized Foley artist, so she can never get fired because she can only do one
Yeah.
fucking sound.
That's right.
That's a little CBC joke for the Canadian content. Okay. I can't figure out where the heck they are. But there is a.
I see on 165 it talks about helpless saying it cannot use any actions or reactions and may be slain with a successful attack.
Oh, is that the extent of? Okay, that's what it says on the sheet on the DM screen or Fate Weaver's screen as well.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So here's how I'm going to interpret it. Helpless is a condition that stays until the end of combat. So it's exactly you say. You kind of knock the person. You're not like holding on to them. They're knocked out. So I'll just do boom. They're helpless. Okay. Because I don't see a way of it ending, and it says subdue. So I think that means that take out of combat. All right. So then we're at the top of the round. Round 1. Ludovic, you have 3 action points. What are you doing?
Right, I guess I'm going to attack one of these guys.
Okay, nice. I think you see the guy who just kind of took out, who ganked the other guard. He's someone else from your dream.
Oh, I give him a nod.
Yeah, and Farrakis, you actually recognize this guy as well.
I probably say something. I've seen you all before.
Okay.
And just lash out at one of the guards.
Please do.
See how this goes.
Go ahead.
So just hit Warhammer.
Yeah, just hit Warhammer, and it'll prompt you for modifiers. So here's what you can do. The options you have for attacks are you can spend 1 action point just to make an attack. Every subsequent attack on the same action is -10 cumulatively. You can also choose to spend an action to aim to get +10. You could spend an action to flank one of them, which means that anyone else who is engaged with that target would get +10 to hit, including yourself on subsequent attacks. You could also do a targeted attack. It takes 2 AP, but what you get to do is inflict a condition on somebody and do 1d6 plus your combat bonus extra damage.
Yeah, you said I had that technique where I can use 2 AP to...
Yes, that's you could spend 2 APs to do an extra dice of damage.
Yeah, I'll do that. The Ruination.
Go ahead. So that's your first 2 AP. Here we go. Go ahead and make your attack. Just click on Warhammer. It should roll for you.
And submit.
Yep. You want to fortune point that?
Yes, I will fortune point that.
First attack. You should at least get 2 tries on that.
Yeah. I got to go back to that tab because I was reading the technique thing.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Let's try again.
Come on, big money. There you go. Wham. All right. So, and it's traits.
I think you gave me the Fury dice already, right?
Yeah, it's quickie. Yes, you got your extra Fury dice in there, and that's a huge hit. So, just to quickly remind you, so what breaking does, all the traits for the abilities are on page 219. Breaker is...
It says breaking, crushing, staggering.
When a wielder of a weapon with this quality succeeds in a parry against or is parried by a melee weapon of finesse quality, it can spend 1 AP to break the weapon. So you can spend that extra action point you got saved over. If they parry you with a finesse weapon or you can spend 1 AP to break that weapon. Crushing.
Just crushing.
Whenever you roll a 1 or a 2, it's changed to a 3. So let's take a look at your dice.
I rolled a 2.
So it's actually 1 higher, so it's 17.
17.
Yep. And the
staggering.
Oh fuck. Crushing also removes 1 AP or the number in parentheses from the target when you get a critical success or a sublime success.
No.
So you knock someone balancing off that, and then staggering is weapons with this quality forces foes to resist with a successful toughness test immediately after being struck or shoved out of or they're shoved out of the engagement.
Oh, so like I launch them.
Every time you hit with them, they have to stagger back. So now this guy does have his action point, so I am going to try and parry. And it is, let's see here.
Break that weapon.
It's not a, the thing that prompted was that we just lost your audio, Dave. Because that was the last thing I typed. Okay, so I'm going to try and parry. My parry chance is a 60. Wow, so it does. But this is, it's not a piercing thing. But let me check something. Did staggering require you to damage them? Oh yeah, they have to be struck. Okay, so you still have 1 more action point though, Ludovic. You could save that for defenses, or you could make another attack at -10, or you could Save it for.
I'll make another attack. So
Hell
I take out the fury. I take out the fury dice, right?
Is a fear? I don't think so, because you. Oh yeah, because you're only doing the one. Yep. So take the fear dice off.
Take both of them, right?
Yep. So it's just one fury dice you're rolling.
And minus 10.
And minus 10. Yeah.
Try to press the attack.
Come on.
So close.
You want a hero point that or a fortune point?
Sure, I got a 50-50 chance.
Nice. Come on, here we go. Big money. There you go. Whang! All right, so this is his parry is going to be at plus. It's actually been chewing up his AP. Manages to succeed again. You
don't lose minus on your parry.
He does. So what'll happen is in this first round, it kind of sucks for things. But like once you after they take their actions, they're going to have to save them for their turn. Mm-hmm. It's kind of it's a bit of an odd mechanic that everyone gets them right away. Like it makes the surprise rounds really weighted in favor of attackers, and then it weighs in favor of defenders for the first round because they get to guilt-free use their action points because they get them back at the start of their turn. But anyway, next up is Farrakis. What are you doing?
Farrakis would like to flank along with Ludovic.
Okay, so the one that is, I want to put, let's see here, Fuchsia for flanked.
And,
I can't remember if that's Fuchsia.
And then he'll take a targeted attack towards his head, trying to subdue him.
Nice.
As well.
Okay. So go ahead. This guy's only got 1 AP left. He could technically defend against this. You know what I didn't think is, do defenses get multiple penalties as well? I know the attacks do. Because actually, Carl,
yes.
you might have hit.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Hold up.
Like,
Let me look in the actual. Here we go. Chance for success. Chance for defense. No, it's an inverse of whatever the modifier is for the attacks. It's an inverse for it. The only cost is really the use of APs. So Farrakis, go ahead. You got plus 10 to hit on this one.
Okay.
Go ahead, and you'll do an extra dice of damage and extra plus your CB. Ooh.
Oh goodness.
You want to fortune point that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hell yeah, nice set. Okay, so remember you're rolling you can just roll on the weapon itself and it'll roll everything under the combat tab.
Okay.
Right, because that will actually roll damage and everything for you.
Okay.
Right, under combat, go down to your weapon.
And then is it clicking on the weapon name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is that? Let's see. It says Shiv.
Do you have it open for editing?
No. Nope. But when I click on the name, it's like it wants me to type over it.
Hold on. You have it open for editing then. You have to close it. Top right of that box. Here, I'll go in. Let's see.
I swear I don't.
Where is Farrakis? Oh, he's down here. All right. Combat tab. Yes, that is. You gotta hit close. There you go. Try again.
Refreshing here. It's.
I know you did have it open. I saw it. It's not the refreshing. It's the if it says close in the top right, it means that you've got it open for editing. Try clicking on Shiv now.
Okay. There it is. And is this plus 10?
Plus 10, yeah. Oh, you don't need to roll now. You've already hit with it. Just we need to see the attack. Okay, so that's a solid hit. You also, what's your CB, your combat bonus?
That is.
While you look it up, I'll make my defense.
5.
So this guy's keeping you guys at bay here. But he is, the one with the fuchsia on him is out of defenses. Gita, what are you doing?
Gita will. She's already been helped up, which is great.
Yep.
Thanks, Ludovic. And she doesn't want this to get like violent and like people getting hurt and calling more guards. So she's going to try and threaten the guards that are approaching her to leave us be. We've done nothing wrong, and try and use her impressive physique talent
Okay,
to
why don't you
intimidate.
click on that? All right. So, then. Let's see here.
Skill test.
Yeah, why don't you give us a intimidate or your toughness check, please. I'll make a. Where's my dice here? Ooh.
Come on.
You want a fortune point that?
Yeah, we really don't need this to go bad. So yeah, I'll do it.
I go next, and I'll be having 6. You're gonna do it? Excellent. I'll have 7 fortune points. Don't worry, guys. You'll get some back soon.
Want to fight? Oh my god, killing me.
All right, so that was 1 AP. You got 2 more. What do you want to do?
I'll try and disarm the guy that's in front of me.
Okay.
Spear attack.
Yeah, so it's a 2 AP for a disarm. This is make a coordination check.
Coordination.
Yeah, it's coordination check to disarm, and they resist with coordination. Nice. All right, and their coordination is a 55. So here we go. Now, sublime success. Oh, God. So you try and disarm them, Gita. They instead clip your knuckles and you let go and you drop your spear to the ground. So you've been the subject over the past 2 rounds of a sublime failure and a sublime success. All right, Gita, do you want to spend any fortune points to get extra APs?
Yeah, I'll spend 1 so that I have AP for defense.
For defense, get your spear up. You got it. Or shield. Okay. All right. So then it is the guard's turn. So let's see here. I got some that are engaged. That one that is flanked. Let's see here. So one of the ones that is that is still 20 strides away, he is going to spend 4 misfortune. Wood, let's see here. Jeffrey, give us a D6 roll, please. Outstanding.
3 more guards.
3 more guards come out of things. They are still 30 strides away. Then the rest of the... Let's see here. The one that's engaged with Ludovic. He's going to spin and try and get you with his spear. So he has a 60% chance of success here. He does hit. Do you have any APs left to dodge?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So then I'll roll damage. D6 exclamation mark plus plus 5. Okay. Here we go. 7. How does that compare to your damage threshold?
Where is that?
Under.
Oh, my damage threshold's 9.
Nice. So he stabs at you, connects, but it doesn't even get through your hide armor or your gambeson. Then it is for his. He'll try a second time. This is at -2, so it's 55. Or hold on, no, 50. Just on the nose. God dang. Okay, then damage once again. 9, just enough. So. So move yourself 1 down on the damage threshold, and then he's saving his last one for a defense. And then the other one, Gita, is gonna try and... I think it's gonna be a targeted attack on you. And try and knock you down here. So Gita, that is a miss. I'll spend a fortune or misfortune point, get a reroll here. by which I mean I'm giving you guys some fortune points again. Generous I am. My goodness. Oh, no! Critical success. You cannot defend against this. So, Gita. 6. How does that compare to your damage? Oh, this is targeted, though. Hold on. I gotta... Twice. How does 14 compare to your damage threshold?
Damage threshold is 9.
Okay, so it's only down by 1.
So that
and then...
unless we're not carrying the wounds and injured weapons from the playthroughs.
No, for the previous playthroughs, you've repaired those things or you've been healed. Ever since you've hooked up with Alaric, things have been a lot better for you. He's able to aid many of those wounds. Let me see
Thanks,
here.
Alaric.
I think I'm mentally justifying the purchase of a 3rd copy of the rulebook. So I can have 1 for weapons, 1 for the combat section, and 1 for monsters.
Yeah, and that's with 3 ribbons to bookmarks to hold in place in one of them. So you get 9 places.
Yep. Okay.
I'm doing the same thing.
So you're knocked prone, Gita. Sweeps your legs and you take that damage. And then the other ones are going to be going in. So one is going to be this is actually, you know what? They're just barely going to be able to get to you. 1 on you, Alaric. There is a 2nd on Gita and Ludovic. So I'll move all these guys over here. And Farrakis, we're going to have 1 run up on you. Okay. They have used up all their actions apart from that one dude who's got the blue dot on him. Wolfistan, what are you doing?
Okay, so...
Actually, that's not true. One guy's got 1 left here.
We got 2 guys. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to...
and again, you're twice your... what do you call it? Twice your strides. Twice your movement away in strides.
I'm not even going to move this turn. So here's how I'm going to spend my 3 AP, which thankfully I can do without having to get closer.
Okay.
So I kind of reach out my hand, my eyes flip up into my head.
Yep.
And on my first AP, with my first AP, I use my technique, Web of Thought, and specifically Whispers. Ooh. So target is
I'm gonna give you a red bar is going to be your tithe.
Yes. Oh, okay, great. I started to make a note of it on my
There we go.
iPad.
Let everyone,
so that would be great.
See.
Thank
there
you.
Go.
That makes it a lot easier. So it's 1 AP for this, and I'm sending 1 sentence to an ally.
Yeah, who's that?
And that is Gita. It's Gita, and what it sounds like to Gita in your head is like each word is being like sucked out of another dimension, and it just says, "The odd will guide you." And then I'm going to spend my next AP on martial augury, which is one of my vitiations.
Ooh, okay.
So none of them are in here. In my, I can't put it into the.
There's so many. When you get, that's the one thing I haven't bothered.
Exactly. So I'll just tell you what they do. So first of all, it's the distance is 1 willing creature the Theurge can see.
Yep.
And it's power level 1, an imp. And I'm not going to do a focus or anything like that. So it's just my standard skill roll.
And it is and because this imp don't you get plus 10 because it's a routine?
Yes.
Okay.
I get that's right. Plus 10. And I'll go through all the details of what it does if it's successful, but it will ideally grant an ally supernatural prescience about the combat.
Ooh. Okay.
So I'm assuming we're using incantation for odd weft rolls.
Yes, we are.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
I might be wrong. Hold on. For the Python, I might be thinking of the others. Imp level. No, it doesn't look like you can focus to get the bonus, but it doesn't look like you get the bonus from.
Sorry, I don't get it from there, but that's a question actually. With my benediction of silence,
yes,
I get a plus 10 to odd weft rolls.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's incantation.
Yep.
That seemed like the.
Yes, it is.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So here we go. I'm gonna add plus 10 to make it routine. having a fortune.
Of course.
Of course.
Beautiful.
Roll20 hates all of us.
it's
Equal opportunity
ridiculous.
hater. Yeah. All right. Expend a fortune point.
No, you can't. It's a critical fail.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
That's,
Yep.
so that's why I'm
you
laughing here.
can't do anything about it.
Okay, so
you're right. Critical failure has special effects.
It does, yeah.
For this particular initiation. The sorcerer creature is rendered defenseless until the sun sets and rises again.
Oh no.
Yep, as they are lost in repeated nightmare visions of themselves being killed violently.
Oh man.
They suffer 1d10 plus 1 peril.
Why don't you
from
roll
these
that,
visions.
George? 1d10 plus
Sure.
1. The 10s do not explode.
That's good.
So there's that.
I got
God.
that going for me. At least I kind of set up that this guy's a little bit chaotic and like primal. So,
Yep.
all right. So it was in the middle. Sorry, Dave. So 5.
How does 5
peril.
compare to your peril threshold? Gita? How does
Sorry,
5
I-
compare to your peril threshold?
Just looking at my strong screen. I have a peril threshold of 8.
Okay, so you don't. What you see, first off, Wolfenstein, you try and call out, and I think you look over at the nearest sort of little bonfire, or a little like it's the the Carcass Nation's equivalent of the oil barrel with a bunch of shit inside. So it's stuff's burning in there. You know those there is an actual medieval equivalent of like the it's the sort of like metal. Kind of like there's prongs that go up and there's a circle around it, and you just put sticks in there to burn. That's what they've got here. Something set up like that. You spy over there and you can hear your imp whispering to you through it. You go back, and Gita, what you experience very briefly is explosions of fire all around you as things are screeching and screaming, but no one else seems to see it except for you for a moment. This, unfortunately, is until the sun sets, you're going to be defenseless. You're not going to be able to defend because
can't use that missing. That's missing a word. Cannot use any reactions whatsoever, Dave. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let me just. I'm going to save my last AP for to dodge, but
Okay.
I'll just what I was hoping to do. While I was trying to do this, it would have given you +10 to all skill tests for attack actions, dodge, and parry. And whenever you made a successful dodge or parry test, you roll a d6, and if it's a 6, the reaction costs 0 AP.
So it would have been great.
It would have been great.
Okay.
But instead, it was awful.
I appreciate the sentiment. It's not you that's the problem. It's
I'll know
Adelaisa,
who's.
you're up next. What are you doing? And you are, whatever your movement is, you're twice your movement away in strides right now.
Okay. I guess she's gonna just have to move forward as quickly as she can to the one that is closest to her.
Okay. You can pick, we're sort of theater of the mind here, so if you think that
All
would
right.
be like the two that are on Gita and Ludovic, the one that's run up to Alaric, the one that's run up to Farrakis, whatever you would like.
Yeah, let's just say say it's the one that's closest to Alaric.
Okay.
So she will sort of sword and buckler in hands. She will rush forward, hoping to use her lone wolf boon, and she will do an attack.
Okay. So you'll have one now. You've got this will leave you without any AP. You could spend a fortune point to get an extra AP to do like a targeted attack or an aim in an attack, or to save one for defenses.
I will save one for yes. I will spend a fortune point, have it in the bank, and I will make an attack.
Go right
with,
ahead.
Longsword.
Yeah, this guy's got no defenses right now.
Oh, okay. So it might be all right. And it's standard difficulty, is that right?
Standard difficulty, yeah.
Okay, go.
This one. Whoa, nice.
Oh, there
All
you
right,
go.
11 is, let's see here. 11 is not even through the armor, but you could spend a fortune point and bump that by 6 if you like.
Sure. Also, I've got the lone wolf ability.
Oh, click on lone wolf. I'm trying to remember how that works.
Can I pop that into the chat?
Yep, just click on
see
the
if I
little.
can-
Yeah, there you go. Anytime you find yourself engaged with multiple foes, or there are more foes than the Fatebound Companions, which there absolutely are here.
Which there is.
Yep. So go ahead and roll an extra. First, did that roll? One, yeah, give us an extra D6 exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Or you could roll a chaos dice. That would work just as well, too. 1. All right, so that is 12. That is still not quite enough. Would you like to spend a fortune point, add 6 to the damage?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, got it. All right, so then you come in and connect with this guy, and he is down to 2. There we go. All right, then, Alaric, what are you doing?
Alaric, he says to himself, sort of, I'd hope to avoid bloodshed. And he calls on his godling power of Ouroboros.
Okay.
Ouroboros. His skin transforms
Now
into
hold
the
on.
scales of a
One second.
dragon.
I think doesn't that?
Can I not do that?
Well, I think it's something you have to pick at the start of each day, isn't it? Isn't that how that Bane? Click on the Bane in chat.
I just don't have the text for it typed in.
Oh, so someone's not getting RPs today.
Well, actually, Kev, when we made the character, you said you had the PDF.
Oh yeah, I said I was going to do it
for me.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
Kev gets no RPs.
True, I get no RPs today.
it says, what it says is, once between rekindlings, the Blackbird may tap into one fragment of divine power and perform its associated miracle. That's all it says. Does not say that you have to select it. Because it's supposed to happen just for the duration of the one combat scene. So.
Yes, and that's fine. That's fine. And it won't take you an action to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So then he pulls out his scalpel,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my technique.
Okay. It's free to draw the weapon.
Okay. And he's using his technique from his thanatology called Anatomical Precision.
Okay.
Takes 2 AP points. Make a heal test at -20 against a mortal. If it hits, I cause a moderate injury.
Nice. Go ahead. He is defenseless.
So heal, -20. Submit. No!
Hey, you want a fortune point that?
Sure.
Okay.
We love doing that.
You got it.
Try one more time.
Ah.
Worse.
Okay. You still have 1 more AP. Do you want to save that for defense or?
Yeah, I'll save that for defense, seeing as I now made a visual attack against someone.
Alrighty, guys, that is the end of round 1. We're on to round 2. Everyone click on their token and click on initiative. The enemies remain static in this game, Carl. So you always have a chance of acting before the enemies. There we go.
I got the same thing. It's crazy. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Whoa! Way faster.
Come on, roll, buddy.
Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
Everybody better go before the bad guys except me.
In fairness, your entire peripheral vision is on fire, so, it's
And I'm
understandable.
prone,
Exact.
and I'm weaponless and prone.
Yep. And unable to defend. Ludovic, you're up first. What are you doing?
Yeah, I guess there's 3 people like in my immediate.
There's 2 that are engaged with you, and one that's sort of on the other side where Gita is. But there is the pink one is the one that's flanked.
Okay, I'll try to go for him. Try to smash him.
So plus 10 to hit. Anything special about your attack? Are you doing aim?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That fury thing.
Oh, nice. Okay, go ahead.
Stand still, because this guy keeps dying. All right. So I get a plus 10 because we're flanking.
Wow, so close. You want to fortune point that?
Yes, I'm gonna fortune point that because I missed by nothing. Barely.
Yeah, that's pretty
anything.
close.
Come on. Well.
All right.
I'll save the other one for defense.
For defense, you got it.
Yeah.
Alaric.
Although I can't. No, actually, I can attack with a fortune point and still save one. Or right?
Well, you use 2 for that first attack. You could. What you could do is you could attack a second time at just standard, because if you're flanking, it would net out, and then you could spend a fortune point and get 1 extra bank 1 for defenses.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay.
Just
So go ahead, make your second attack. This is standard.
and just standard, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's... All right, and
Nice.
something.
All right. He does have 1 AP left, but he's at -10 to his defense. Let's see here. Fuck. That's good enough. All right. Then this is where aiming becomes quite helpful because if you aim, it pushes their defenses down as well. Alaric, you're up next. 3 AP. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try the same thing and make my harm check here.
Okay. Come on.
Let's cut him.
Go. Stab, stab, stab. There you
Yes.
go. Nice. All right. And he cannot defend. Because it doesn't have APs yet,
nope.
so it's moderate in. Does it say a moderate injury or moderate wound?
It says, if it hits, it always causes a moderate injury.
Okay, give us a 1d6
This will
roll.
kill a mortal with the unfaded trait.
Yeah. Okay, give us a 1d6 roll.
1d6.
Okay.
Number 5.
Ooh, you knock the victim off their feet. They immediately fall prone. All attacks against them while they're prone add 1d6 damage, and until recuperated, -3 to the victim's movement. You pull a Pet Cemetery and cut his Achilles. So purple is prone. That was 2 AP or 1 AP?
2, and I'll save the last one for defense.
You got it. Wolfstan.
Okay, so I have felt what has happened. Like no, I no one else sees what Gita is seeing. That's making her freak the fuck out. So except me, I see it, and I realize what I've done, and I just go into this complete rage. Like I was in total confidence, now I'm in complete rage. I'm gonna spend 1 AP to use People of Flame, which is one of my vitiations.
Okay.
I won't go into the details, but the basic idea is I'm going to send a tiny human-shaped flaming elemental to attack an enemy.
Okay.
So this time, because I'm so enraged, I'm going to focus this.
Nice.
So
how many times?
I'm gonna 3.
3. Nice.
I'm gonna go
get a
nuts.
dice for the Odic pool here.
Cool. I always love these things too, so it's fun. But more
So
chaos.
Plus 30 to your check.
And plus 10 from my
Plus 40, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at plus 40 total. So here we go. Incantation. Plus 40. Oh, that's right. It's sorry, I can't do plus 40. It's limited to
so
plus 30.
So what you can do is go to the top where it says settings. Click in that little square and then select. I think it's whatever the one is that's not what query difficulty. There's another one that'll let you prompt.
Query other modifiers.
Yeah, just tick that and it'll prompt you for.
Okay.
I just don't put that up because otherwise it would be 2 prompts you guys are going through for every roll.
Yep, totally.
But go ahead.
All right, here we go. Now we go. Okay, and then 10. All right, here we go.
Wow. Yep, that's a success. Okay, so a tiny.
Oh, you got it.
Yep, burst from the
tiny
enemy.
flaming burst. Yeah, I love the descriptions of all this vitiations.
So they're they get mildly dangerous flames. So there is a tiny flaming. What does it look like? You think?
I think it looks like it doesn't look like an actual human. It's just human shaped. So I think it kind of looks like a monstrous, like a tiny monster.
Yep. Only because I've been reading it. I read it just last night. I've got like tiny little Hellboys in mind from it because I read I read some Hellboy stories last night. And there's these little flaming guys who are like inside a corpse, and when they all broke out, they're like, "Thank you, cousin. Sorry, we were forced to," and they run off.
That seems exactly right, and I feel like that fits along with the amazing artwork in this book as well.
Yeah.
So it's gonna do.
Yeah, it's like the dancing baby from Ally McBeal, but on fire and made of fire.
Okay, so that enemy
nothing but timely references on the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel.
That's right. We are we are up to date with everything, with all the stuff the kids know about.
Absolutely. You got 2 more actions. What are you doing with those?
So it does damage, but the
No, on their turn, beginning of their turn.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. Sorry.
Yep.
So I won't roll it yet. So that was 1 AP. I'm saving an AP.
So first,
for
let's
dodging.
roll your 3 chaos dice for Odic manifestation.
Oh yes, right. So let's do that.
Huh? 3 chaos dice.
Yes. I went a little bit crazy. There we go. No 6s.
But there are 3 dice in the Odic pool right now. So then you have 2 more. What are you doing? 2 more actions.
All right. So 1 is going to say for a dodge, and I only have a speed of 6. So
you're 12 strides away.
Yeah. So I'm just going to take that movement to get closer to my
So you're 6
companions.
strides away. Adelaza, you've hacked this guy in the back at 3 AP. What are you doing?
So is he still up?
Oh, he's
after
prone.
Alaric's
He's not prone, so you'll do 1d6 extra damage on him already if you choose to attack him.
Yeah. I think I'll finish him. Or at least I'll not try and knock him out so he doesn't get back up again, at least. So I guess that's just a straight attack. Should that be?
Yeah, just a regular attack. And then if you want to aim or whatever, he doesn't have any AP to defend himself, so...
Oh, I could aim. Could I try and knock him out? Or
well, that's a targeted attack, which is separate from an aim. What aim does, it just adds plus 10 for every AP you put into the attack.
Let's just do an aim. Then.
Okay.
So can I make that? Would that make that a?
It would be plus 10. So it's routine, maybe.
Routine.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, come on. Yes, critical success. Beautiful. So critical success actually does more damage as well.
I think I still get Lone Wolf as well.
You most definitely still get Lone Wolf. Absolutely. And then here we go. Okay. Here we go. Critical success. Extra 1d6 of damage. Extra 2d6 on a sublime. Okay. So actually, I should have done 2d6 extra damage on you there before Gita. My ignorance is your benefit, though. So go ahead and roll 2d6 exclamation mark, Adelaza.
Oh, exclamation mark. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, so that is 17 damage. That is enough to knock this guy down. Actually, 1 more d6 exclamation mark. Because you have 1 for being prone, 1 for lone wolf, and 1...
Yep.
Holy smokes!
Wow.
So that is 24. That's like a Savage Worlds roll. 24, 33. So what does it look like as this guy is either dies or is defeated?
He's sort of thinking about getting up, but he takes basically the pommel of my longsword straight to the middle of his eyes and just down.
Whomp. Knocked solidly unconscious. All right.
Yeah.
Then that was only 2 AP. You have 1 more.
Okay. So I can move towards the somebody else.
Yeah, you can go and engage with anybody else here.
I will do that. I will move towards. Is Gita still surrounded? Has 2 on her?
Gita is on the ground, is weaponless, and has 2 near her.
So I'm going to just have to head in that direction in a sort of threatening fashion, with sort of buckler held ready.
Okay. So you'll make your way over, and
you missed out the vision of flames, Kev.
Well, that's only you who sees that, though. So so Adelaza, you could spend another AP to like bank a defense or to make an attack. A fortune point to get another AP.
I think I'll keep 1 for defense.
Okay. Then heroes act before villains. So Farrakis, you're up first. What are you doing?
Farrakis will take a targeted attack on this nearest.
So if you're keeping 1 for defense, I get 1 more misfortune. All right. So sorry, Farrakis, what are you doing?
He's going to take a targeted attack on this one that's in front of him.
Yeah. And is he going for the noodle as well too?
Yeah, he was. I will go ahead and
fortune
spend
point
a fortune on that.
Why is that attack so low? Is your melee a 47?
Combat's 47. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay. There you go.
better.
Nice. Fortune points well spent. All right. So then, remember, we're rolling on your weapon, not on your skills. When you're in combat, you should only need to use your combat tab.
Okay.
Always only roll on your weapons, because it will roll both attack and damage for you, and give us all the other pertinent stuff on there.
Got it. All right, so it should have just been this one.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so holy smokes. All right, so that is fast, finesse, offhand. All right, so 24 is going to put this guy down. 1, 2, 3. If you spent another fortune point and did that, would bump it to 30. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd be able to roll a serious wound against this guy.
That
Or
seems
grievous.
worthwhile. That seems worthwhile.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll 3 chaos dice, please.
All right.
Ow! All right, so he is, boom, there we go. Very
that
badly
last
hurt. That's only your first attack. That was
that was-
targeted too, right?
Yeah, that's 2 AP, so I'll save the last AP for defense.
And which
here.
one were you going for? The disoriented, the wounded?
Disoriented.
Disoriented. And what does that do? I can't remember. Is that +1 to... Let's see here. Disoriented is +1 AP on reactions.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to save the other one for defense?
Yes.
All right. So then it's their turn. So first things first here. Jeff, would you give us a D6 roll, please?
The unending gate of guardsmen.
Whoa, boy.
Yeah. Clearly, we should stay here as long as possible because we'll easily overcome these numbers
Well, let's see.
that are infinity versus 6.
Then I will. Let's see here. Ooh, I'm going to spend for Farrakis. I'm going to use a desperate assault from that guy who is with you. Hold on. I spent 4 on that one. I'm going to spend 2 more, so I spent 6 in total. So that'll bring me down to a 5, and you guys will be at a 9. And so I'm making my attack. I get plus
Nice.
20 on this. So I'm rolling against an 80 on you, Farrakis. This guy grits his teeth. Firehouse Winter. That is a hit, not a crit. You want to make your defense?
Please, I'll try to dodge.
Okay. This is a spear, though. I'm just going to make sure it's not fast.
Okay.
I think it might be. Spears are not fast, so go right ahead.
Okay.
Yes! So you dodge out of the way of this thing. He curses you. Actually, you would have taken minus 20 to the dodge because he gets plus 20 to hit, but that's still a success. He will use his second attack second action to try and get you. I've only got 1 left. And I got 2 left. You know what? I'll do another desperate assault. So I get, this is against a 70. Here we go. And, I'll spend another fortune point to re-roll that. Because you guys are spending them fast and furious. I want to get them back to you. Very close to a sublime. All right, so you're out of APs?
Yes.
Okay, so then the damage on this is... Oh boy, here we go. He does extra damage dice for the remainder of the combat scene. This guy is pissed off. Here we go. 17. How does that compare to your damage threshold?
That puts me down to moderately wounded.
Okay, so would you kindly give us a 1 chaos dice roll, please?
All right.
See if you suffer any wounds here. No wounds yet. Okay. Then, Gita. One of the guys is going to spend an action point to flank you. And then spend 1 just to attack normally. So he gets plus 10. I'm rolling against a 70. It's a hit. Damage, because you're prone, is going to be this. How does 12 compare?
I had saved 1 point. Can I try to dodge that?
You can't do reactions because of the vitiation.
Because of the prone? Okay.
No, not because of the prone, because of the spell that Wolf's done, the vitiation he cast on you.
Okay.
That was me.
So,
But one of the guys attacking you is getting attacked by a little fire elemental.
Yep, there's that.
my damage threshold is 9, so that would be one.
So that means
more
1.
check.
It's just going to go down 1 on the damage threshold.
So moderately wounded.
Yep. And then that guy is, he'll go all out. This is minus 10. I got 50% here. That is a hit. So prone once again. 9 is, I think, 1 more down. Where does that put you?
Is that so? On a tie, you get wounded.
If it hits the threshold, yeah, that's as long as it hits the threshold.
So that puts me down as seriously wounded.
Seriously? Okay, so you got to moderate in the first one. So, Dave, would you give us first roll 1 chaos dice? Then roll 2 chaos dice, please. Nice. No injuries. All right. Then it is, and to help, Alaric has some healing abilities. If you guys want to track, or I don't know, Jeff, are you keeping track of who's getting hurt?
A little bit trying to, yeah.
Can't.
And
Yeah.
sorry, Kev, does the one of those guards?
The next one is going to go ahead and roll 1d10.
Okay.
What is it? 1d10 plus 1?
Yeah, but they get to make a coordination test a challenging coordination test. So minus 10%.
Oh, okay.
And if they make it, they don't take the damage.
Now, do they have to spend? I thought they had to spend an action to.
It just says at the beginning of each of their turns, the target is exposed to mildly dangerous flames
yep.
that do 1d10 unless a successful coordination test is made. So it doesn't look like it's meant anything. But at least it's
God, okay,
challenging.
so the flames are going to remain active until they get a critical success, a sublime success on that test, or they douse themselves. That's pretty freaking
right.
good. All right, so here we go. So
No, it's
challenging. So this will be against 45. Failed. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 11. Ooh!
Nice.
Max.
11 damage. Okay, so he is starting off at partially wounded. No injuries yet. Then...
Yeah, and actually, Kevin, to be fair, because it's an imp, it only lasts for a quarter of my WB in turns, rounded down, which will really only be 1 round.
Oh, okay, so he's on fire this round, and then it'll go out.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever you used on Gita, try using that on him.
That's a good idea. I'm going to try.
Okay.
Intentionally fail that roll against an enemy.
Okay, so then so he gets a 1 attack on Gita at plus 10. Yeah, so this is a 70. Fucking critical success.
Oh my god.
Ay. Okay.
Do you have to pay extra for this to roll 20, Kevin?
Yeah, exactly. Benefits of pro. That's a dog shit roll, though. I think that's only 1 more down, isn't it, Gita?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Grievously wounded.
Roll 3 chaos dice, please. Come
Kevin,
on.
did you see my comment on the last episode?
What's that?
You see my comment on the last episode?
No, what was it? Oh, I did. Yeah, your backup character.
I posted a character build like you asked for.
Oh man.
No injuries though.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Then he will. Oh God! Like, why would he not attack you another time? We'll save the last one for defense. So this is at a 60. You're only prone though, so you're only taking 1. Oh boy. It doesn't get through your armor. And he'll save the last one for defense, and then the one that's engaged with you, Ludovic. That is a fail on the first one. Critical success on the second one. So here we go. How does 18 compare to your damage threshold? Now, you guys can always spend a fate point to ignore it. Once that fate point is spent, you won't have access to it again. The game, at the start of next session, you would flip a coin, and if it comes up heads, you get your fate point back. Otherwise, you don't have it back for that round.
You can't parry that one?
Oh, you can. Of course you can. No, you can't. Not a critical. Not a critical.
Okay.
Yeah, critical successes are they get through defenses. So how does 18 compare to your defenses?
It's
your
2 times.
Only 2? That's awesome. You're tough. Yeah, so put yourself down 2. What does that put you at?
Seriously wounded, I think.
Seriously?
I was lightly wounded.
Yeah, because this is the first injury you suffered, right?
No, I was because I got a 9.
Oh, yeah, so you're... No, so then you go down lightly, and then you go 2 more down.
I know, so that's seriously wounded.
Seriously wounded. So give us a 2 chaos dice roll, please.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Carl, on your first session, you get to suffer our first... get to experience the wounds. Give us a 1d6 roll, please, Carl.
Right. 6.
Oh, no. Shattered eye socket. Orbital fracture has robbed the victim of half their vision. Until recuperated, all combat-based skill tests made for the victim suffer -20. So this guy's spear kind of ricochets off of your armor, catches you in the side, and blood spews out. The last he's going to save for a defense, and then the guys in the back all are going to load crossbows and then fire. So I'm at minus. Let's see here. We'll fire at. Let's see here. Alaric, and you're engaged already. I think everyone's engaged with somebody.
Not me.
Not you. Well, Wolfson, you were running forward, screaming like a maniac. So let's go with one at you.
Yes.
This is going to be a 30%. 30% chance. Okay, so miss you. Next one will go. Let's shoot Farrakis. Wait, you're already injured. Farrakis. Let's see. Nope. Adelaisa. Nope. Alaric. You've got 1 saved for defense, unless you've got a. You can dodge. You can dodge. And you get
I'll try to dodge.
plus 30 to your dodge.
Oh, there it is. Dodge plus 30.
Here we go.
Come on, dodge.
Nice. Excellent. Gita's on the ground. So Ludovic. No, miss. All right. Then that is all of the villains or the guards. Next up is Gita.
Okay. What's the cost of switching your technique?
If you change your technique, you just spend a fortune point. There's not an action cost.
Okay, I'm switching from spear technique to haunted visage.
Okay.
Just in case. And then I have to grab my weapon and stand up.
So yeah, grabbing your weapon is 1 AP, standing is 2. You could spend fortune to get extra APs if you want to attack.
Yeah, do it.
That guy that Ludovic got attacked by, he's still flanked.
Yeah, I'll take take a fortune point and attack with my.
Go right ahead. You can't do reactions anyway, so you might as well spend them on attacks.
Yep.
So through you're a little well, what's your name? Broomhilda right now. You're surrounded by flames.
Yeah, I'm clearly Gita's affected by the fire and everything going on, and
that's not a critical failure or sublime. You could spend a fortune point and re-roll if you'd like.
Oh, is there a bonus? Flanking? Yeah. Sure, attack. I'll spend another fortune.
Okay. So that's plus 10.
Plus 10. Okay.
Come on. Critical hit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then that brings us to the end of round 2. Guys, we're on to round 3. Everyone click on your token. Go ahead and click on initiative.
Should we try to see again?
Adelaise, oh no. Alaric, oh no. Oh no, Ludovic. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now our heroes go before them. All right, so Farrakis, you're up first. What are you doing? Heavily injured guy. One more solid hit. This guy goes down.
I am going to try to do that.
Okay.
So I'll target him.
Go ahead. Fortune point then?
Sure. Yeah.
Nice. All right, yes. He has no defenses left. Oh, okay, again.
I'm sorry, I did it again. I didn't click on the damn weapon. That's my bad.
That's okay. See, if you had made that, that would have been a critical success then. All right, so that is a... Now, is there a reason you rolled 2 Fury dice?
No, I don't see why. Oh, it's just 2 on here.
It's probably because at one point you may have had an extra dice you were rolling.
Yeah. It should have just been 1.
Okay, so let's go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay.
Let's see here. Come on. You guys are armored. So 11. So 11 isn't going to be enough to get through this guy's armor. Wait. Ignore me. I'm a dummy. How about I read the first level instead of... I made these guys much tougher than they needed to be. Apparently, good thing my day job doesn't require careful reading of anything. What does it look like, Farrakis, as you take this guy down?
Oh, I think the shiv through the neck pulls it back and drops him.
All right, he is gone. That's only 1 action. You have 2 more AP.
I want to move over towards Gita.
Yeah.
And
Hustle, you got 1 more AP left.
I think I would like to get into a flank.
Okay.
With the one that's next to...
That's injured? Near Alaric?
Yep.
Okay, you got it. All right, so you race over, and that one is flanked as well. Gita, you're up next. What are you doing?
So she gets an extra +1 AP at the start of the turn because we're outnumbered.
Yep. Oh, nice. Right.
And she doesn't parry or dodge, so she's going to attack the guy that's flanking with Farrakis.
Okay.
Hopefully do an extra damage dice.
He's got 1. So you have +10 because of flanking. Are you aiming or anything like that, or doing a targeted attack?
I'm just going to go straight up for this one.
Straight up, you got it. So +10 to hit. Sublime failure.
Oh no.
So you try and get at this guy. It catches in his armor and your shield, so you're going to lower the condition of your spear by 2.
Sounds like a familiar...
Yeah, didn't you break your spear last time? All right, so that was...
It was down to frail.
So it's whatever the... there's only 2 down right now. You still have 2 more to go before it's actually broken. Gita, you have 2 more AP. What do you want to do with those? You have 3 more AP, actually. Hold on.
So how do I reduce... What are the conditions? I need to adjust my sphere numbers, right? Or is it just a -10% for each?
Wait, which? No, there's no damage. Only peril threshold will not allow you to count your skill ranks, but that already is calculated by the sheet. Injuries will have a specific effect, but if you haven't suffered any injuries, you're however far down the damage, the condition threshold you are, or damage threshold, it doesn't have any mechanical effect.
Okay, so.
I mean, you're closer to dying, but I mean, there's. Who among us is not? Come on. So here's an action. Do you have any Theriac on your character sheet?
Any what?
Theriac. It'll be under your wares tab. It's a potion that will allow you to recover 1 damage threshold. I don't know if you have any. I don't think so. You may have used it. If you did have it before, you may have used it. So, anything else you wish to do with those last 2 action points? 3 action points.
I'm just going to aim and attack again.
Okay, so it'll be just a flat plus 10 because of the flanking. So come on. Here we go. Big money, Gita. Here's where it counts. Yes!
Nice.
Hit. All right, so I do get a defense against you, but a minus 10, so this is a 45.
She gets an extra
Failed.
D6.
Okay.
Awesome.
So
Extra
that is
D6.
9. That'll knock him down 1. Do you wish to spend a fortune point, knock him down 2?
She gets the extra D6 because she hasn't parried or dodged.
Oh, yes, she does already. But you could also... So roll that extra D6, see if it explodes. D6 exclamation mark. Okay, so it's 11 right now. Do you want to add 6 to that? With a fortune point?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that will bring him down to 4. Dave, would you give us 2 chaos dice? Roll, please. Let's see, come on. Yes! Serious injury. Beautiful. So, would you give us a 1d6 roll?
Come on.
2. Okay. I'm probably not gonna... One of the things that you, with the unfaded things, as soon as they suffer an injury, they go down. It avoids having to look up injuries each time. Although I'm looking forward to when they have a injury deck out. So I'm going to pick that up. A bit of ear. Blood runs into the victim's eardrum, making hearing difficult. Flip to fail all perception and any agility-based tests that require equilibrium. You've clapped this guy along. Maybe it was an opportunity thing with your shield, and you smashed him along the side, and it just burst an eardrum. You have 1 more AP left. Is that right?
I'll save that for dodging crossbow bolts.
You got it. Okay, yeah, not a bad idea.
Well, you can't take any defenses,
Oh, yeah, right, you can't.
unfortunately,
The fire.
because of the spell. My vitiation I accidentally cast.
Yeah,
I
it's just
messed
attack
up on you.
Yeah, any
CQs I
reactions
needed.
you can't take.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
another attack.
Another attack at minus 10, yeah.
Do it.
Oh, it would be minus, and be a net minus 10.
Minus 10 because of the number of attacks I'm doing and the flanking bonus.
Correct, yeah. No fortune point that?
No.
Okay. All right, Wolfestan, how you doing?
Okay. I'm gonna do that same original initiate. No, I'm gonna. My objective is in this Yule marathon to use every single vitiation I have. So this time, spending my first AP to cast Realm of Odd, which alters a nearby area, and I'll say how that happens if I'm successful at this.
Okay, are
or what it
you
looks like anyway.
calling on...
I'm not gonna focus. I've calmed down a little bit.
There's
so
only
I'm not,
3 dice in the odd pool. I mean, you could...
I am a little bit aware of that, and I've caused enough trouble. I feel like so. So at the moment, I think I've calmed down. I'm not out of control emotionally.
Okay.
So this is going to be my standard plus 10
Okay.
roll. Oops, I said I made it minus 10. Fortune.
Spend a fortune point. You got it.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Please. So I gotta do it over again. It'd be great if they had a button that you could just say
Hit reroll?
You know,
Yeah.
spend it for it. Yeah. Here it comes.
Critical
Okay.
success.
Critical
Beautiful.
success. All right. So here's the description. I love the descriptions. Like I said, the sky shines with a roiling crimson thunderstorm covered in what appears to be hints of faces contorted in rage and pain. So critical success actually doesn't have any additional. Wait, it does. Yes, it does.
Extra
Yes.
minus 10 to negative
yeah,
test plus
so-
10. Which
So my allies gain a plus 20 when making melee attacks, and these attacks gain the punishing quality.
okay, so which realm did you shoot for? It's one effect.
Sorry, Crimson Heavens.
Crimson Heavens, okay.
Yes.
So allies
So that normally
attacks
would
gain
be-
plus 10
Yeah.
and gain the punishing quality if they didn't, which I think is 1 extra. You can spend 1 AP and get 1 extra damage. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then since it's a critical success,
It's plus 20.
I can add an extra 10 to bonus tests, which I'm going to do.
So everyone gets
of other things
plus 20 to their melee attacks now, thanks to Wolfestan.
Okay, so and that was going to last for a decent amount of time, 7 minutes.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to spend my second AP to move closer to the group.
So you're engaged with everyone now?
Yeah, exactly. Behind them. I'm going to try to stay behind the line of defense here.
Okay.
And then save the last AP to dodge. Okay.
All right. Then it is the guys. Jeffrey, would you give us a D6 roll, please?
Maybe we should leave. Jeff, can you start rolling ones and twos? Come on, man.
On the third round of combat, Jeffrey gave to the four crossbow men.
No, wait a second. Tell us birds.
I mean, Alaric doesn't have something he can do, but I'm pretty sure Farrakis has something that he could do.
Okay.
If Jamie reads through his abilities, he might see something.
4. You guys are at 10 now.
Cryptic and interesting.
Then I am going to
like block misfortune use or something.
Okay, so Ludovic, let's.
That'd be great.
Let's. There is one. What do you call it? One boon, a human boon that allows you to block misfortune spends.
Or at least I thought Farrakis.
That's awesome.
Well, I know, but I gave none of you guys it because
you know what you were doing. Yeah, you know what you're doing.
All right, so let's go here. Okay, Ludovic, we got for you. This is a 60%, 60. That is a miss. I'll spend a misfortune. Still a miss. So I'm wasting my misfortunes here. Then, let's see here.
Oh.
We'll do a second attack. This is at 55-0. That is a hit. Damage, however, is only... Come on. Nope. Shit. Come on, you. There we are. All right. I don't think it gets through your armor, right?
It does. But I can block. I can try to block.
Yes, you can. Yeah, this one you can try and block, and this is at plus 10 to your block.
Okay, so it'd be a net, and I use just martial melee, I guess.
Yes. Oh no, there's a parry one. For what skill? Yeah, martial melee, I think. There isn't.
Is there a parry under combat?
Yeah, you know where your damage threshold is? Near the bottom of that, on the right-hand side, there's dodge and there's parry.
Okay, and I have a plus 10, but
Yep. So you click on it, it'll give you a modifier, and you can add select plus 10.
But I have a minus 10 because of my eye.
Oh, no. You have minus 20 for all combat tests. Yeah, shit. So it's a net. Yeah, you're right.
So net of minus 10.
Yep. Come on. Let's see. Yes, critical success. What does it look like as your warhammer destroys this spear?
Oh yeah, I guess he tries to stab me, and I finally catch it, and it just snaps the head off.
Yep. So he's got like a busted Q in his hand.
Yep. He's got a staff.
Anna is very impressed. And then I think he's going to maneuver. He's going to move away from you. You scared the shit out of him. He can't because he's only got one left. Ludovic, go ahead and make an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Let's see. Is that like free, I guess?
Yeah, it's a free strike, free attack.
Okay, let me take those fury dice.
So just normally it'll be minus 20 to your attack.
Yeah, minus 20.
But still, he can't defend against this. You can't defend against opportunity attacks. You want to fortune point that?
No, I think I'm gonna.
Okay.
Save.
Okay, so you swing at this guy. He's beginning to run away. Gita, you're actually up now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy is going to try. The injured guy is going to try and get you because you flanked him. Doesn't like that. 8 is a hit, but not a crit. Oh, you can't defend. Sorry. 6, I don't think gets through your armor, though.
No.
Second attack is minus. This is a 55-0. 88 is a critical failure. What does it look like? And it's hi, sweetie. Oh, Eris is hi. Yeah? Are you yelling at someone?
I don't know.
Well, they don't understand. She's just saying Merry Christmas to everyone. She's just a very
nice.
jolly little, you know. I'll send you
right.
guys a photo of her antlers tomorrow, too.
Oh,
She's got adorable antlers. By which I mean she fucking hates them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So then a critical fail on him. You know what? Gita, what does it look like as you disarm him?
I think it's like he tries to do exactly what she did, and she learns, and she's like, oh, yeah, I can hook you.
So it goes spinning out of his hands. Gita, make an attack of opportunity. That guy's likewise. Oh, and Alaric, are you engaged with him or not?
I'm not sure, actually.
Oh, I think it's Adelaisa. So
Alaric is-
Adelaisa and
someone's
Gita,
flanking him.
both of you can make attacks of opportunity. You get plus 10 because of the flanking. He's going to try and flee.
and do they get an additional plus 10 from my?
Oh,
from
yes,
plus
yes,
20
yes.
from my.
Yes, they do. Oh, in which case, actually, Ludovic, you hit that guy. Because you would have plus 20 from the vitiation. So then, that is...
Oh, nice, Dave.
There's only 6 points of damage, though.
Something went wrong there on that roll. Because, hold on, let me see here. What... you should be adding your combat bonus to that, and your combat bonus is like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Yeah, so hold on.
12.
Oh, you okay? You put it down to a 0. There's always 1 fury dice.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So why don't you just give us a D6 roll, Carl? Exclamation mark.
Okay.
Let's see how well. Holy shit, Gita.
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy is dead, and that's 10 for you, Carl. So that knocks him down by 1. You could try and inflict a wound if you spend an extra 6, an extra fortune point.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, give us a chaos dice roll, please.
The chaos dice. One of my chaos dice, right?
Yeah, please.
I have 2. Does that matter?
You're only rolling 1. You can adjust it up and down.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, no. All right, so no injury, so he is fleeing. Then the last one who's engaged with you guys, let's see here, what's he going to do? He is going to save... Actually, he's sick of... Yeah, he can see how many crossbowmen are there. He's withdrawing, using maneuver to withdraw, and then he'll start falling back. All right, I have 11 to roll, and I have... So, let's say that...
Oh, wow. Crossbows are quick reload in this game.
Crossbows, I can only fire once with them because it's 2 AP to reload, unless they've got a special ability. So they can just... They have massive penalties to hit here, but, you know, it can try. All right, so let's see here. I'll do 2 on Wolfelstan. Miss.
Okay.
Miss. Farrakus, 2 on you. Miss. Hit. You want to dodge? Do you have any AP left?
I do have 1.
Nice. Give us a dodge. You got plus 30 to your dodge.
All right.
Because of the range. Yes.
Nice.
Adelaisa, you got 2 on you. That's a hit. You can dodge or use... Oh, I don't think the buckler can be used for dodging or for parrying ranged. So you have to...
go for dodge then.
Go for dodge. You got an AP left?
I've got 3.
Oh, 3. Well, hold on. How did you have 3?
He hasn't gone
She
yet.
hasn't gone yet.
I haven't acted
Yeah.
yet.
You get your AP back at the start of your turn. It's
Oh,
only
okay.
first
It's
round is
zero.
when everyone gets their AP. That's why you need to bank the stuff. For it.
Ooh.
So I think you got 0 because you ran over and
Yeah, I don't think I have any.
okay, so then this is... Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. Okay. Oh, shit's fast as well. How does 11 compare to your damage threshold?
My damage threshold is 9.
Okay, so you're down by 1. Does that put
Okay.
you at moderate or worse?
It's lightly wounded.
Lightly wounded, okay, you're golden. Then, second shot on Adelaisa. It's a miss. Alaric, you got 1 on you. It's a miss. 2 on Gita. Sorry, Gita, but you're the warrior. Miss, and just barely hit. You can not take reactions. God damn it. All right. 7 doesn't get through your armor, so it grazes you. And then Ludovic, got 2 on you. It's a miss. And a very, very close miss. Okay. So then, guys, that's it for them. Ludovic, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I get my 3 AP now.
Yep.
Back. Shoot. How far is the crossbow line?
They are about 30 strides away, and they are closer to the castle, which means it's going to be very easy, or the castle, but the gate, it'll be very easy for them to get in. Starting to disappear into the crowd would be really a matter of spending like all 3 AP running away, and you would have full cover from them.
Okay, that's probably the best thing to do. His eye's bleeding, right? So
Yeah.
as much as he'd like to smash one of these guys, it's probably the best thing to do.
So
Okay.
you've actually been here. Maybe you've got a place you've been squatting. So maybe if you want to be the one who starts leading everyone, like this way.
This way, yeah, I'll probably go this way.
Okay.
And start moving through the refugee camp.
Every one of you recognizes this guy from your dream as well. Not to belabor the point, but Alaric, what are you doing?
Follow my blood trail with. Follow the bouncing eye.
Well, I'm definitely going to try and help some of these injured ones, like get them up off the ground. And
I don't think anyone's down right now.
Oh, they're not down on the ground. Okay.
No, nobody's down right now. The only injuries.
Ludovic is very injured. I'm still going to move to his side and evaluate his injury.
To whose injury?
Ludovic?
Ludovic is running away.
I'm going away right now.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'll run after him then, yeah.
Okay.
Because he's the one that I'm most concerned about his injury, so.
Adelaisa, 3 AP. You could spend 3 just to run after.
I'm out of here. Is there anyone I can take with me, or is it just a case of disappearing?
It's this case of you're going to have to run yourself. No one needs carrying or anything at this point.
Okay,
Yeah.
in which case I will run.
Okay, so then it's really going to come down to, we're on to round 4. Adelaisa and Ludovic and Alaric are far enough away that they've got cover from the camp to so the crossbowmen cannot target them. Everyone click on your token, and I roll initiative, and I will also remind you, on a 1-for-1 basis, you can spend fortune points to push yourself up the ladder. Or wait, hold on, maybe you can't in this game.
No, I think you can.
Can you this one?
That's cool.
You
can in
change your-
flames, but I thought that we actually looked in...
It's on page 26.
26.
Spend a fortune for a player to force their way higher on the initiative
Excellent.
ladder.
Okay, excellent.
Damn it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing?
Sorry,
6. There we go.
I was just looking up the.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right, so
You know,
then.
number 1.
So guess who has to spend?
Oh
fortune
no!
Yes.
Six fortune.
Unreal. Unreal.
But Gita, you could spend 1 fortune to bump yourself 1 higher in the initiative order.
I will spend a fortune point to bump myself up in the initiative order ahead of the crossbowmen.
Okay, so then, guys, what will happen is I'm assuming everybody is trying to flee.
Yep.
Do I have that right, or is that wrong?
That's correct.
That sounds good. Yeah.
The enthusiastic nod from some. Yes, get us the fuck out of here.
Hello?
Those bolts will hurt.
All right, so then our heroes were chasing after this injured burly warrior. You all go running off in that direction. There are arrows that land among the refugees. You hear people cry out in pain as the volley of crossbow bolts come landing down. But
Can I yell something, Kev, as we're running away?
yeah, absolutely.
What's the name of the god that the worshippers were following?
Corvus. Corvus is the
Corvus?
one who leads the priest.
Yeah, it's like Corvus, the death god, slaying the innocents. Run, rise up.
Okay. Why don't you give us a
I use my toughness.
Yeah,
to
give us a
try to
toughness check.
Charm the crowd into inciting a riot.
yeah.
Nice.
And then we'll talk about. I think we'll take our mid-session break. We're already got fucking 9 o'clock. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. So we need to incite people, and then you go racing off. So as our heroes are racing off into the wilder, the wider camp, we will leave them for the moment. We'll take our mid-session break, refresh our beverages and such, and then we'll come back, and Alaric can begin to ply his wares to try and help our blinded warrior and some other stuff. So those listening at home, will be back momentarily.
Referee. So I was going to make myself a little non-alcoholic beverage, a little eggnog with some nutmeg and cinnamon, and then I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll add a little crack into it.
Nice.
Why not? So I pour it in there, and all of a sudden my eggnog, the nutmeg and cinnamon on the top of my eggnog starts to like shift and move and bubble. Like it was like moving around on the top of my glass after I poured the rum in. And I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Kraken, she's coming up from the depths there, Dave.
I know. The Kraken in my eggnog was making some weird things happen. I don't know.
Now, Kev,
Yeah.
I know it costs a fortune point to change your technique in a combat.
Any point between rekindling.
Okay, that was the question.
Yeah, the only
It's
time
at
you can
any time.
Yeah, the only time you can
okay.
freely swap techniques is after a rekindling.
Right.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is high again too. Nice, sweetie. No, don't go to where the wires are. Thank you. No, hey, over here. Hey.
Over the wire there.
But the wires is where I get all the attention, Dad. All right.
You pay attention to me when I do that.
She's too clever for her own good. Okay. Well, hey, everybody in chat too. Matthew, thank you so much. Your generosity is astounding. I hope that you are having a great start to the holiday season. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody else too. And oops. Oh boy. Okay.
Oops. It's a solid oops. I like that kind of oops.
You sorry?
Help those kids. Help those kids.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I will mention about while we're on our break too. Everybody too. So on New Year's Eve, we will be doing our draw. Ryan Vernier, the author of Blackbirds, has very generously donated 5 sets of Gen Con exclusive dice for Blackbirds that will be available. So we're doing a draw for them. The way you get your name in the draw is if you're watching it live, put your character concept for a Blackbird. What path would you follow? What ancestry? And a little blurb about them. That's all you need to do. Put that in chat or put that in the description of the video if you're watching this before New Year's Eve for 2022. So
are players exempt from
players
this
are
contest?
not exempt. You can enter it once per session. Dave has posted one to the last session, so you can certainly add one on each of them if you'd like to get one extra chance for each time. So anyone viewing this live or before New Year's Eve, be sure to enter your what path, what ancestry you'd play, and a little blurb about them. That's all you need to do. You get your name in, and then we will make the draw on New Year's Eve. Okay. Then, guys, I think we're all back. So, let's do this. I don't think they're pursuing you into the camp as of yet. So you guys will be able to try. We'll just interpret any critical failures coming forward as the guards coming across you rather than me trying to look for you. Let's talk about recovering. First off, Jeffrey, it sounded like you were swapping one technique for another for a reason.
Yes.
If everyone could put in chat maybe, so for Jeff's benefit, I'm not sure how to track this really effectively, but for Jeff's benefit, if you could put in what damage level you're at right now and whether you have any injuries. Because his character is a healer.
I have an injury that I just gave myself 2 seconds ago.
What'd you do?
I reached into a drawer to grab a utensil and I grabbed a knife. It hit my hand. My hand hit a knife. Wasn't intended to get.
You
and
okay?
then of course, and I'm fine, but blood is spurting out. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And like, the only bandit I can find is like Little Mermaid or something. That's
Okay, your
so
parents'
it
place
seems
too?
appropriate. I'm at my parents'
Yes.
house.
That's the worst. We
It's
don't
like
know where
running
they
around
are.
looking for. I don't want to bleed all over everything. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wilson has none.
That's. Oh, sorry.
That's a true Blackbird, George. True
That's it.
Blackbird.
Well, I feel like it was a self-inflicted wound to make up for my unfortunate behavior during the combat.
So Gita, you're still. I guess like Gita. Why don't you give us a Why don't you give us an education check? But it's going to be flip to fail, and this will be. We'll give you plus 10 on this. So plus 10, but it'll be flip to fail. Let's see here. Because I don't think you're trained in it. So it'll be 62. Do you wish to spend a fortune point? I'm trying to see if you understand what's happened to you.
No, I'll just leave it like that.
Okay, so Wolfstein,
She's
you could
freaking
probably
out.
Gita's
She's freaking
eyes
out.
are wild, and I think maybe you don't see the flames, but what you see is the reflection of them in her eyes.
Okay.
So when you look over,
Yeah.
she can see like
So
she's constantly distracted by these bursts of flame around her.
I'm gonna head over to her and say, it is the odd. It is in you. We must get it out, but it takes time and rest.
What?
It is my fault. I am to blame for what has happened to you.
Was that you?
I will do
whispering
better
in my-
next time.
In my head?
Yes.
Is that you whispering in my head? And
I
then
was-
where did the flames come
I was-
from?
They came from the odd. I was trying to aid you, but I failed. It's my burden to bear for the remainder of my life. I will never forget this moment. I will do better next time.
So Ludovic has a place that he's been squatting, and then you also knew there was a small like center of town of this squatters camp that seems to have been built together with like scavenged wood and whatnot. You had heard of among those buildings is a pub called the Plow and Harrow. It was Jasper who told Farrakis about that. Where do you guys want to go? Where do you want to take a break?
So I guess my place is in like somewhere in the refugee.
Yeah, so money is abstracted in this. So you've got, if you don't have a patron, you have to pay for your stuff. You don't have any money right now. None of you guys have any money. So you can picture it's like if you're tough enough to take it from someone, you've got a bit of a tarp to put over yourself, but no tent, even no whatever. No, certainly no building as of yet. But there's a place that you've been maybe like leaning against. There's a bit of an overhang on one of the bigger buildings that you can sleep under there, and just you're big enough that people wouldn't disturb you. So as he's leading you guys along, you can look back. I guess, does anyone want to acknowledge that Ludovic is someone you saw in your vision as well? And how does Ludovic react to this, seeing 5 of the people he saw in his mind, in his dreams, suddenly before him?
Yeah, he's probably a little freaked out. Of course, the pain in his eye and the bleeding is a little overwhelming, maybe.
Yeah.
But he just repeats like, I've seen all of you before in my head.
There are others.
Dreams.
Yes. Dream. The circle.
Serpent being eaten by ravens, blackbirds, crows.
Ravens feeding upon the serpent. I saw you too. I saw you there.
We've all shared this dream, friend. Oh, let me see
Yes.
your eye.
Wait, Raven feeding upon the serpent. Right? Who said that? That was the dream. The god of death. Ravens. The serpent in the circle that used to be with the winter family.
The Temple
Our
of the
dream
Serpent
has-
and Cycle. I'll put it in chat.
Our dream has something to do with the death god usurping the place of power that the Temple of the Serpent and Cycle had here in the city.
You're fated to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're fated to intervene.
I believe so.
Just like maybe I was fated to run into Ludovic and cause that scuffle to get him into our group. But what are we to do? What's the next step? What does fate have in store for us? I'm starting to sound like Wolfstein.
I clap you on the back. And I give you a big hug.
Fire! It's
So,
fire in my eyes.
Alaric,
Fire
I
in my
didn't. What abilities do you have to treat Ludovic's injuries?
So under my sawbones, I have a effect called Triage, which is an extinguish effect, but it will take an hour. I can, once between rekindlings, the Blackbird can heal 1 level of damage, like 1 equal to his level in healer, and 1 injury. So it heals the injury.
Nice. So where would you
But
want...
my question is the bleeding, like, is this a bleeding effect? Because I also can staunch the flow first.
No,
it
doesn't suffer a bleeding effect.
He's not actually bleeding out.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you can also do is, I can't remember how many bandages you have, but for each...
I do have some bandages for other people, and I can just do regular healing on them.
Yeah, so like for... because I'm looking on page 192, so setting aside your special abilities, just the way... 10 minutes per treatment... Adelaisa is only lightly wounded. It's an automatic success to treat her wounds as long as you've got a bandage.
Yeah, I think I have 6 bandages. Or 5?
He is grievously wounded. Which is why I switched my talent, actually, because I was worried I was getting slain.
So Gita is down to 4, which means it would be a challenging... So a healing test at -10, Alaric, to treat her.
So I do have Salmiak and Theriac. One of each.
And each of those automatically brings someone up 1 level.
Okay.
So if you want to make it easier on you for treating, say, Gita or treating Ludovic, that's one way.
I think I would do that. Give each of them 1 of those.
So Theriac is the one that treats damage condition. So Gita and Ludovic, you can reduce your damage condition by 1 level.
By 1 level. Okay.
Yep.
And then
okay.
For treating Gita is now a standard healing test, and treating Ludovic is a routine healing test.
Okay, so why don't we do these in order?
Kevin, making it sound really easy.
Yeah, right, eh?
Like we got
Standard and routine. This should be like simplest. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go in order.
You don't
there.
have a talent slotted that gives you a bonus to healing, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
Is there a talent that helps healing?
I don't know if there is one, as there is often for some other stuff.
Yeah,
you can-
I don't think there is one really. I think there's a higher level one I can take.
Oh, okay.
If we live. Okay, so for Gita, you said it was.
Gita
Standard.
would be a standard.
Routine? Or sorry, standard. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Nice! Success.
Whew.
So you reduce it by 1 more. Gita, so you're up to, I think, moderately wounded then.
Yep.
And then for Ludovic, it'll be routine, +10.
My thanks.
And if it works on him, then I extinguish, and he also heals his eye injury.
Okay.
Come on, this one's important.
No, not a critical, though. Not a critical. You want to spend a fortune point and re-roll?
100%, yeah.
Okay. So +10 once again.
You don't want 100%. 100% is bad.
No, we don't want 100%. Okay, come on. No!
So failure just means that you have to do a successful treatment on him before he starts healing. If you use your extinguish ability, though, that trumps anything else.
Yeah.
Okay? So he's looking at you, Ludovic, and he just says that he'll need more time.
okay.
Tell me how you're going to find...
Oh, sorry, I didn't have to use... Oh, it just auto works if you use the extinguish effect.
Right, but the thing is, you need to find a safe place to be for an hour in order to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, exactly.
And you guys
Yeah,
have
probably
no
not.
allies,
Yeah.
no friends in here. So tell me how you're going to find the safe place in this camp, guys.
Yeah.
Ludovic found a place that's kind of in the open, but, you know, it sort of works. The things that work to his benefit to allow him to sleep out there safely is that he's the great big dude who was... No one else wanted to be around, so he'd be very easy to locate in
Easy
that
to
place
find,
again. Yeah.
Veracus, that one who came up to us. We dismissed him, but maybe he knows something. Maybe he knows a place to sleep, or...
So the whole
Jasper.
reason you guys came here in the first place, just as a reminder, is to try and hook up with Nigel. Nigel White would serve effectively in game mechanics as a patron, meaning that you would automatically have safe access to a certain place, automatically get food. You would automatically be able to pick up any gear that's up to his patron level, and you could try and bargain or charm or whatever else to gain access to gear equal to 1 higher than his patron.
But we have to get inside.
And you have to find him, because apparently he is in hiding from that Valentine Nicelle.
Fergus has an interesting trait called the Whispers of Stolen Lore. I'm wondering if he could potentially tap into knowledge about another entrance into the city that doesn't pass through the gate.
Okay. Yeah, you got to be physically near it is the thing. So if you're wandering along the base of the tower, then perhaps, or base of the city, then yeah, that absolutely could be used for it. But you would need to be near wherever the secret place is. But that's a great use of it. It wouldn't apply in like the camp, because again, the camp has only been sprung up over the last 10. This used to be the Baron's Wood.
Yeah.
Now, but yeah, that's a great. That would definitely, if you listen to your whispers, that certainly would be something to help you.
There was a weakness in the walls. There was a wooden temporary palisade, and I wondered, given her athleticism, whether Adelaisa might think that there might be a way of entering the city by either climbing over that weak point. Would you be able to assess that?
I mean, you can see that it would definitely, you're fairly confident you could make the climb. The difficulty is it's visible to the entire camp.
What at night?
Sure. Yeah, at night. I was thinking of at night.
At night, possibly, yeah. There would likely be guards on the top floor, because they would, but, I mean, definitely.
Okay.
I like that plan.
What about outside the city, like in the woods or something?
Thing is, I mean, what are you getting inside the city for?
You need to get in to find Nigel.
Nigel is not in the city.
We gotta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nigel, they've said, he's in hiding in this refugee camp.
Oh, we need to find him then. Why don't we just go look at him?
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah,
Anybody who's good at skulking around and getting information?
maybe we can use some skullduggery to track Nigel.
Let's take a look here.
Where's that?
Yeah, what skill would really help us here?
Something like streetwise, whatever the equivalent
Yeah.
is.
I don't know what the skill is.
Yeah, it's sort of, so skullduggery is an agility skill, and it covers kind of all of that stuff. There is one called rumor, which is a great one to use for this. Rumor, I believe, is a common skill as well.
Yep. Looks.
So what you could do is someone could choose to take the lead on this, and I'll say two others can assist. And the way assisting works, again, remember, is you just roll a d10, and that can sub in for the tens digit of the main person's roll. So who wants to take the lead? Who wants to ask around? Who wants to assist?
Ferricus will assist.
Okay.
Rumor?
He's good at talking to people and.
Yeah, the advantage that Ferricus would have, you're actually from here and you know Nigel, so you may actually, you may be hot garbage at Rumor. What does your talent do, though? Is that the one that allows you to sub in for a social skill? Ferricus has an ability, I just don't remember what it is, if it's Charm and Intimidate.
No, I don't think he has that.
Yeah, your talent allows you to sub in for your skullduggery for something else, but I think it might be Charm and...
Charm, yeah.
And Intimidate.
Intimidate and Charm, yeah.
Okay.
My fellowship's below 40, so I'm probably not your person.
Okay. So Alaric's pretty good. He's got a 48. Do we want to let... Is anybody trained in Rumor? No?
But you will be soon after not being able to use it.
All right, so then sounds like Alaric is making the lead. Ferricus is assisting. Who else wants to assist?
I mean, I got a 46. So I
Okay.
just rolled 1d10. Right?
And you've been here for a while, actually, Ludovic. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So why doesn't Alaric make the fellowship roll? This will be a. How much of a penalty do you want to apply for the guards looking for you? So basically, if you choose, if it's a standard, then it's a standard roll for mine, and you get the benefit of the two of them acting. What I'm going to do is, if you want to take a plus like 30 to the roll, you can do that, but I'm going to give the guards plus 30 to try and find you.
Oh, I see. Right. Like
Yeah.
the more brazen we're being.
How much? Yeah. How much of a low key looking around are you doing here?
I think we just go flat roll.
Flat roll. You got it.
Standard.
So
yeah.
Alaric gives a rumor check, and Ludovic and Farrakis give us a 1d10 roll each, please.
We got a coin toss and we got 2 assists. So come on. Roll 20. No! No!
9
These
from
are
Ludovic.
horrible.
It's on you, Farrakis.
44.
44 critical success.
Oh,
Beautiful.
nice.
So not only
Nice.
do you find where you guys find this is, let me see here. I think I've got a thing set up
Nice.
here. Do you want?
last second.
No, Ludovic, not towards the tower. Not towards. I know you can only see out of one eye, but
Yeah. Let me just set something. I think I loaded a good illustration for this place here. By good, I mean like passable. Here we go. So this is, unsurprisingly, Google searches for like a medieval slum or dark fantasy slum. Not a lot of useful returns on that. Okay, here we go. So this is not going to be an ideal representation because there's only a couple of buildings that are built up, but I want to give you at least some kind of built up building to look at here. Here we go. Boom. Go. Oh, fucking roll 20. Come on, man. Doesn't matter how far down I put my cursor, it still always wants to put them like, okay, how about under where the display is? Nice. So you get in. Here's what I'm going to interpret that. Alaric, tell us about what sort of approach you were using to talk to people around these areas.
Like he's done a lot of traveling in his life, so I think he's just casual conversation starting about that, like about the refugee camp and just that we've traveled here, but then sort of slowly steering the direction. Is he an underworld contact, this guy?
Yes. Yeah.
So like just slowly steering the conversation to sort of like that aspect of it, and
Okay.
if the person doesn't seem to know anything, then like moving on until he sort of found someone that's like, oh yeah, I can get you some illegal
So I'm going to say you find
Potions or
what
whatever, yeah.
you get to is because remember he's in hiding as well. So
right.
what you find is that there is an older woman named Vivian. You get to, and Farrakis, you actually knew her as well from back when you were a kid. She has aged quite badly. But she is actually working at the Plow and Harrow, the pub that has sprung up out here. So she's, the pub is quite busy, but it's that sort of like, it is more biker bar than like college bar, by which I mean it's on the verge of some really like horrific angry violence, more so than like there's just a bunch of happy drunks here. This is a very dangerous and desperate place, and I think as you're asking around, Alaric, you've been pointed here, you've been led here for one. Turns out there isn't actually a sign out front either. It's sort of like a speakeasy, but everyone calls it the Plow and Harrow. If you know what you're asking for, you're going to find your way here. So you come in here, and that's when, out of luck, Alaric, you're talking to a lady. She comes up to you to take your drink order, and you sort of lean back, and how do you think you frame it? Again, like knowing he's in hiding, knowing that you got an outstanding result here. How does Alaric set it up for this older barmaid?
Maybe a big part of it is we know like a nickname or some kind of a name that Farrakis had to use for him that would not be common and not be so obvious. Like, so when you can ask for him. It's not like saying his name. It's,
Okay.
So I think we just dropped the hint that we've heard and then use this nickname, is staying around.
I don't
here
know. What's
kind
it?
of thing.
Is like Jelly? Is that how you? Is that a
Yeah.
nickname for Nigel? I don't know.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's
So,
kind of
so I think what happens is
spineless.
this woman, she's she's not heavy, but she's carrying enough weight. Like she's led a rough time, or led a rough life. And seems a little bit strong as well. He's someone who would not, blanch from like tossing kegs of ale over their shoulder or smuggling them out of the, out of the city and into out here in order to sell them to the, the folks. Who wants to be asking about Charlie? I don't know no one who calls him. Farracus, is that you? Farracus Kazal? I'm sorry, Farracus. I think you might be muted.
Ericus has entered the chat.
Yeah. I couldn't hear you over the sound of the pub, Farracus. Get in here, boy. Is that you?
He's still muted.
Oh, you're still muted.
Or audio's not working.
It's the odd.
God.
I don't know.
Yeah, Jamie, you're muted in Zoom.
In Zoom, yeah.
Audio problem.
Nice, Dave.
There it is. Sorry.
That's okay.
There you go.
Yeah, Vivian, you haven't aged a day.
you are a terrible liar. What you? Ain't been followed by none, have you?
Well, not lately.
No, is it? Cool. She looks over at Ludovic. Oh, what's happened? What kind of trouble you three? You lot riding from? Running from?
I point to the, I guess the city and the gates.
Farracus, you fucking pillock. You didn't bring them here, did you?
We've lost them for now. We've lost them for now, dear.
What brought you here? Then.
We-
Why? For the Eternal Serpent, what would bring you back here? Fuck, you went on to greener pastures and what?
Things are bleak out there. We're looking for Nigel. I need to reconnect with him.
She looks back and forth. Well, I ain't seen no Nigel around here. Not for a while. She winks at you.
Of course not. Of course not. Jasper said the same thing.
No, I tell you one thing though. If you wait, is all these with you then? Well, if
Aye.
I ain't got no room upstairs for anybody. At least knows without coin. I'm assuming you got no coin, Farracus.
I'm good for it.
Good for it. Good for nothing, you ask me. But what will let you do? You'll work for it. Come on, behind the bar. We got rooms downstairs for you. Back behind where well, you'll see it. Come on, let's go. And she leans
Very
down.
well.
Okay, so you guys all sort of get behind the bar, and there's a trap door that leads downstairs to where the cellar is for this. And assuming you guys all go down, one by one, you head down. And what you find is a place. This is effectively a pit that was very quickly dug. It's not a proper basement. It is. It's amazing that this place is standing, but this was sort of very hurriedly thrown together. And there are stacks of food and beer and likely some other illicit goods down here, knowing Nigel from before. But behind there is a little, behind the stack, there's a little bit of light coming, where it looks like a single candle likely is flittering. And why don't you give us, let's see here. Farragus, you're probably the first one down. Why don't you give us an awareness check, please? I'll make a stealth check for the Fang Dragon that's down here. I mean, I'm sure there's no Fang Dragon down here, guys. You don't need to worry. So, Farragus, what you see is, as you can picture, there's a stack of crates down here. There's the stink of mildew down here. It's low down, so those of you who are taller, like Adelaisa, Gita, and Ludovic, are hunched a little bit. But you can see there is a figure, Farragus, standing like kitty corner from where the the single candle is burning, who's trying to remain hidden in the shadows. A man from the height.
Nigel White.
And a man steps forward into the light. And this is what he looks like. Is that Farragus Cazole, I see?
It is. A little worse for wear.
What? And a retinue as well.
I have found a few others who have some similar interests.
I should say. He steps forward. Did someone send you?
No. It's bleak out there, friend. You're all I have to fall back on. That should tell you how things are.
So, about the way things are here too, then?
I see they take a turn for the worse.
Well, I prefer to think of it as a temporary setback. But now that you're here, and your lot, then perhaps things might be changing for the better. Come, what's mine I can share with you. And he extends his hand to you.
I will reach out and
Clasp it, brings you in, and gives you a big hug.
Nice.
Good to see you. All right, so you guys are brought down. You're able to sort of shamble together a bit of a, with the crates that are down here. It's not going to be super comfortable, but it's warmer than being outside, and it is going to be relatively dry and relatively safe. You will have a safe place to sit and talk at least for a while. There is also some food down here. It's not good food, but it's food nonetheless, and better than what you've been eating from what you can scramble up on the road. There is also sufficient light for Alaric for you to do your treatment.
Oh, yeah.
That's
okay.
good.
Perfect. Yeah.
So then, what Nigel says is, well, what is it that brings you here then? Are you here for to stay, or are you passing through?
I don't know, friend. I think we, at this point, are looking for our next place to be.
Perhaps. How'd you get in the, how'd the big man get the scratch there?
A gift from the priests and the guards, I believe.
Oh,
One guard.
fucking crows. It's been... That's right, you've been away. We've had developments among our Baron and House Winter, you see. We've... so first up, so you know the effects here. Ludovic, your injury is healed.
Okay.
So Alaric perfectly stitches up your eye, so you're getting no injury there, and you can reduce your damage level by 1.
Yeah. And my
nice.
technique is extinguished.
Extinguished, right? So it'll be no techniques until he rekindles.
Yeah.
So then, when he says, so when you last left here, Farragus, I take it that it was our Baron Tedric who was in charge?
It was.
You remember his son, Lambert?
I recall his name.
So, things have not been good in Colwardine, no more than they've been anywhere in Elkland. But a year ago, it seems we've had wars with a number of others. The Duke of Angrelay, Duke Vaudry, He's been at war with us, and we with him, and the Principality of Lusto, Duke Arwood, and his men. Both have been at war with Colwardine and to with one another as well. Over time, some of the folks in Colwardine got tired of being told by those of a Serpent and Circle that things were going to get better. They still got the temple mines, and there's still those who pay homage, but when priests of the Crow arrived and began telling folks that things ain't going to get better until they stop paying for things to get better, well, there were some who began hearing more about that. And then, so as we hear, Prince, or the Baron's son, Lord Lambert Winter, he turned on his old dad. He threw his lot in with the Arwoods out of the Principality of Lusto. So him and his son's men, they've all got thrown in with a rebel movement. People are thinking, if a Baron can't keep things safe, perhaps his son should come in as well. In retaliation, the old man, he seized Lambert's sweetheart, Ismay Blundell, and the whole family, the Blundells. The whole lot of them have been seized now. And it's said, at the new moon, he's gonna hang her if the prince don't throw his lot in with throw himself on the mercy of his father, which we all know would be taking his sweetie's place on the gallows. His daughter, Griselda Winter, she's the one who fell in with them crows. And she's the one who convinced the old man to turn over their family crypt into an impromptu temple. So while we still got the temple of the Serpent and Circle, we've got right across the way the tombs of the Winters turned over to the cult of the Crow, and they's the one through Lady Griselda who's got the ear of her father. And it's them which, oh, I know, she's very sad for Lady Griselda. Hey? Did you guys hear that whine? Hi, Goober. The other thing that's happened in the last 6 months, thinking that if his own son's going to turn on him, who else would be turning on him? He won't admit it, but we all know the Baron's put together a secret police. And he's got a right Lady Odalina Goodluck. She's the one who runs that. We all know she does. And she's got a right bastard of a wizard named Lord Ivo Strockley. He's the one who's out there searching for any betrayers, real or imagined. And it said Odalina Goodluck and Lady Griselda both are listening to Father Ackerman Cobb. He's the one that runs the crows here. So, as you can imagine, if you are of money in Colwardine of late, things have been a bit dicey. But where dicey comes, opportunity abounds. And it seems, apart from that bastard Valentine, there's plenty of opportunities here too. I just need to deal with this disagreement with Valentine. Oh, you remember? I'm trying to remember her name. 1 second here.
Evie.
Evie. You remember Evelyn Rose?
It's hard to forget someone that vicious.
Ugh. Well, she's only gotten worse over time. Seems he wants me to go under her knives, and I don't agree with that proposal. So, you and all this tough lot, if you got nothing to do, well, I got something for you to do. Two things. If and you can convince either through a polite conversation or otherwise a way of convincing Valentine that he needs to go elsewhere for his trouble with me, or let bygones be bygones, or display some of that, well, prodigious might that you seem to have. If we cut down his numbers, he's less likely to be a threat to me. And then, if you like, I can provide some introductions. I've got contacts, you see. Valentine, not yet, but if you want to speak to the secret police, I could do that. I happen to as well know where one can find a contact with the rebels, if and you wanted to speak to them. I also have a passing relationship with a certain Lord Calthorpe. And you could give us a folklore check at +20, Ferricus. There's a pretty good chance of you remembering who this guy is.
Or not?
You want to fortune point that?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Wait, why did I put you? I made you spend 2 on it. Madison, you cheater! Jeez. Calthorpe is, you remember, as a... he's new money, but one of the things that comes with a family with new money is they readily have contacts with... or at least the Calthorpes had contacts with the Winters. So if you wanted a roundabout way of getting in with the Winters, if he has a way of contacting Calthorpe, that's not a bad a way either. He also mentions that he still has contacts with a merchant in town as well. And then one advantage there is while... what he tells you is the caravan district is utterly devastated and has kind of gone over to when people get in there, that's where, if the refugees are let in, that's just where they go to live. They go into live in different rubble. But there's also a big community of Jotunkin that are in there. But what the merchant will allow you to do is to travel in and out of the gates as an agent. The final one is there still is someone named Sister Basilia, who is a member of the Temple of Serpent and Cycle, or the Serpent and Cycle. So these are all people he can put you in touch with, so long as Valentine doesn't kill him. Valentine Nigel seems pretty intent on killing Nigel.
Where does Valentine make his home these days?
Well, he's been out here looking for me, so I can point you in the right direction. He's got a contact with someone inside. He's able to make his way in and out, though I don't know which way yet. But if you really want to find him in his home, you're going to have to get into the city.
It's proven to become more challenging. What do you know of Passage?
In my present, and he gestures around at the, the cellar he's in, meager circumstances. Had you caught me a week ago, I'd have no difficulty getting you in. But now, I can supply you with goods, with gear, but can't get you in. You're going to find your own way in. But I can't get you supplied, at least.
Very good. And we will find a way.
I did not doubt for a moment. Hey, how'd you hear I was here anyway?
I missed the question.
How'd you hear that I was here?
Well, an old friend of ours, Vivian.
Wasn't it Jasper who pointed you in the direction of the...
Well, Jasper.
Yeah.
Jasper first told me of your recent predicament.
He's about the limits of my extent right now, but I do have at least something for you. And he goes over and kind of opens one or two crates, and basically you guys can look in the core rulebook, and any gear that is patronage 3, you can automatically take.
Hey. Nice.
Hey,
Wow.
wait for me, come on.
Like any one item.
Any items plural. Anything up to patronage 3, you can feel free to fill yourself up. Now, there's I don't think there is encumbrance in this game. There is in some of the other Powered by 500 games, but we'll just use reasonable assumptions. So you're not going to be able to carry like 40 bandages, or
Yeah.
Right.
I take 300 bandages.
But yeah, and level 3 patronage is not great. What you can also do is, he does not have it on hand. Hi, sweetie. But what you can do is use, hold on here. You can try and call in support to acquire an item. What you need to do is, where is it here? I think it is... It's timeless resources, unique portraits. It's barter. Gosh. Sure, I was just reading it.
While you're looking, it kind of reminds me of some of the mechanics from this old game. Not that they were inspired by this particular, but Spycraft, which you got to, you got to call in, like, you get the same kind of thing. It wasn't about a specific number of credits or money or whatever to spend on things. You just got whatever your sort of equivalent of a patron was in terms of gear, and then if you needed to, you could call in some kind of various support if you needed it at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun mechanic.
It's what do you call it? Rogue Trader that we've been playing has something similar to that too. And you actually do. We haven't had a chance to play it properly yet, but Death Watch has a full, like, the whole first stage of a mission is like equipping yourself with gear and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
For
I
the
haven't
Emperor.
played that. Oh, now I want to check that out. That's great.
Oh, geez, twist my arm.
Yeah. Come on, please.
Please,
Oh, no.
run a Space Marine focused game. Yes. All right. So here's this. Pushing patronage is on page 212. You can make a bargain, charm, or guile test to try and gain something one higher on patronage. So if there's something that is patronage 4 that you have your eye on, guys, you can make a bargain, charm, or guile test to secure it. And remember, some of you guys have those talents to swap out. So, like, Farrakis could use Skullduggery for that, and Gita could use Toughness for that, I think. So, any gear that you guys wish to, I guess, first off, pick up to replace existing stuff, or anything to supplement? Anything you want to roll for? Like those sweet, sweet daggers. Patronage 4 daggers.
How does armor work in this game?
It adds to your damage threshold, and then you are stuck with the qualities that are on it. For his patronage, you could get a Gambison, no problem. The workable trait, what that means is it gives you +10 to crafting checks to repair stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I
yeah.
would for sure take one because my class came with nothing as far as
Yeah.
armor.
Well, but if I could get Brigadine, then I could maybe pass my Gambison on.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to try and call in a favor or push your... Okay. Hi.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make the plea to Nigel that I require better equipment
Okay.
for my protection of your protege.
Your... what do you call it? Yeah, can flip... Oh, for charm. Yep, there you go. So why don't you just give us a standard toughness check, please. Nice. You got it. Brigandine. So, damage threshold 4.
Awesome.
Pretty sweet.
So Alaric, it might not be the cleanest at the moment, but I
Okay.
have Gambison you can take over.
Nice. Anyone else picking up
I look
a
at my
replacement?
big barrel
Is
chest
there only-
and like.
Yeah, I mean, is there more Brigadine in that chest?
Yeah, shoot. So, Ludovic.
Although I wonder, so I guess the Brigadine with the pauldrons is also 4, but what does cumbersome mean?
Cumbersome is, you can find all the qualities under page 219. Cumbersome, you lose skill ranks in coordination, stealth, and combat-related skills wielding finesse weapons while wearing this stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
So it's only for finesse, so you wouldn't be affected apart from your stealth and your coordination skills.
if you're not using those, and it's the same patronage level, could I do that instead?
Yeah, absolutely. So that'd be 5. And then you got cumbersome gear on. You want to try... So, Ludovic, it would be charm, bargain, or... Like, you can each only try this once, kind of like, per cycle.
Yeah.
But you could
That's
have...
all.
Someone else could try and call in that favor for you.
I have bargain. I mean, it's all 40. It's 46. We learned at the fellowship. 5 people have. is-
Bargain, charm, or guile.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I'll use charm.
Charm? Yeah, go ahead. See here. Come on. You
So
want to
close.
fortune point that?
I think so.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, it's 50-50 chance.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey.
Beautiful. All right, so you got your both of you guys are getting some proper armor on.
Yeah, it's good.
Has any?
And then we have 2 Gambisons if people need them.
Yep.
Mine might be a little big, and we have to do some tailoring, but
Yeah, like you can barter individual gear in, but it's fucking awful. It's like 6 patronage less or something like that, 5 or 6. So it's effectively like, unless you've got something of great value, you can try and make a bargain check to bump up what they're willing to give you for it, but more often than not, it's treated as 5 patronage levels lower for individual items. Mm-hmm. So, what about Wolfston, Farrakis, and Adelaza and Alaric?
I could roll to replace my Theriac.
Yeah.
It's a patronage 5.
Ooh, unless you've got an ability that allows you to bump up those kinds of acquisition rolls, that's too much.
Oh, okay. It was only 4 we can do?
Yeah, 4.
Oh.
He's patronage 3, and you can bump it up by 4. However, hold on. There is some neat rules for customizing patrons. Like, depending on what area, they're not just flat across the board, always giving the same bonuses. Let me check here. Maybe they'll give you a bonus in here. Okay, Underworld. So they'll be treated as 1 higher. Oh, this is for like calling in favors and such. That's really helpful. Unfortunately, not really for gear like that. Is Theriac that expensive? Holy smokes!
It's 5.
Okay.
I could go for a Salmiak, which is only a 4.
Now you can also craft stuff. What you can do is get crafting ingredients. Because during
and I can try and make it myself.
Yeah, during rekindlings you can try and craft stuff. And it should say the Theriac is on. Let's see here. It's in Here we go, page 198.
Is like how to craft it?
Yeah, making theriac requires a poppy seed pod and an alchemy laboratory. Laboratory. Alternatively, a pod can be acquired at patronage level 6. So, up to 3 draughts of the tincture can be prepared at a time. The more drafts you wish to prepare simultaneously, the worse the chances of success are. And then what is, let's see here, bureaucratic. If there is something for ingredients here, commodities.
So then just the clean bandages is all I would take other than the gambesson.
Here, ingredients. Theriac. I'm sorry.
Because, I mean, I won't have access to a alchemical laboratory anyway.
No, that's something that could be called in. You could be called in on. Or you could try and access. Okay, so Poppy Seed Pod is actually only patronage 4.
Oh.
So you could
so
try.
I could
I'm on
try. Yeah, I might
page
as well.
234 is the crafting for that. And this is to give you enough to craft 3 doses.
Oh, there you go. Might as well.
Try for that? Sure.
Yeah, so, sorry, what were my options? Charm or what?
Bargain, charm, or guile.
Bargain.
Alaric does. Alaric's trade in tradecraft.
Okay.
Yes, I am trained in tradecraft. Did someone's stuff get...
Gita broke your spear.
My spear is damaged. It's not holding the same edge as it did before.
Nice.
Oh,
Success. So you can put
nice.
down poppy seed pods. So now you just need to gain access to a laboratory, and then you will be good to go.
And then I could make some. Cool.
Yep. Okay.
Then you can make some opium, and we can get super rich and leave this guy in the dust.
So then, Wolfstan, Ferricus, and Adelaza. Anything special you guys wish to try for?
I have interest in some devil grass.
Okay.
It is patronage level 4, however.
Yep. So
this is on page 235.
Okay.
Which, just so you know, everybody knows what it does. It's when affected by 1 dose, add +1 to peril threshold for 3 hours.
That's pretty awesome. You know what? Devil Grass was the name of my cult cover band in high school.
That's the only reason I'm getting this.
Oh, okay, good.
Give an excuse to come up with a band name.
Yeah, charm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with bargain.
Okay.
I think that's just his nature is more likely to do that. So here we go.
This heavily scarred psychopath. Let's make a deal. You got it.
All right. Leave me alone. Go away. Okay, the bargain is I'll leave now. The faster you give it to me, the faster I leave.
It's 2 steps down, Jeff.
Okay.
Two steps down the wheel. Excellent. So Wolfstein, you get your devil grass.
Great.
Ferricus and Adelaza. What are you guys thinking?
It seems to me useful for me to upgrade to Brigandine from Gambesson.
Nice. Yep. Either Brigandine or Brigandine with Pauldrons. Because that's the one. It's the same patronage level. Just the with Pauldrons grants the cumbersome trait, which means you lose a skill level for stealth, coordination, and any finesse based weapons. But I mean, you're using a longsword, which isn't finesse, so.
Okay, I'll go for that slight upgrade again then.
Okay. So, charm, bargain, or guile.
Oh, charm, bargain, or guile. They're all pretty much for muchness. She's not really. I think bargain.
Bargain. You got it. Go and give us a bargain roll. Standard difficulty.
I can try.
Here we go. I see you got fortune points for it too. You want fortune point that?
if that's okay, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. One of the games I wanted, at least wanted one shot for in the new year is Soulbound, the Age of Sigmar thing. There you go, success. And one of the reasons I want to do that is because it's the only game I know where there is different outcomes for if everyone consents to the use of a narrative metacurrency or they do not. Because there is an actual, you can still use it, but there's a consequence to like the wider world if everyone isn't on board with your use.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is so accommodating in our roster, but it will be neat to see people be like, no, that's stupid. Don't fucking use that.
So
I'm using it.
Kev, is it unreasonable to have negotiated for the armor and then also just add a weapon that's at 3 that doesn't...
Anything at 3 you can take. At 3 is what you're freely access to. If you want to see what other things you have access to at 3, take a peek at the beginning part of the gear section there. Because they also set out what you can do with in the trappings chapter. It also for lodgings for level 3, a roof overhead, usually in a barn, an abandoned building, or a communal dwelling with peasants. So you got level 3 lodging you have access to. That's on page 209. You can gain access to crafting material. So it's like a simple forge is easy here. You can procure support, like a novice sage.
A small but vicious dog.
Yeah. Yeah, she's also adorable. I give a suggestion for a name.
Yeah. I hear she has some nice antlers.
She has adorable. Yeah,
Adelaide will
fantastic.
take. Sorry.
So Adelaide, yeah, you got it. So you got your. What do you got?
But I think I'll also just take a brace of throwing daggers, just to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Do I know if those children are affected by holy water?
Do you know? Oh, the children of Anhelios. I think that would be an education check, and that's a flip to fail for you. Or I think Wolfistan may be educated.
Wolfistan.
Or Alaric. Are either of you guys trained in education?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe not Wolfistan.
Oh, I am. Yes, I am. I am trained. Oh, no, sorry. No, I thought I wasn't, and I'm not.
Alaric, why don't you give us an education test at a flat standard difficulty, please?
Yep.
Because Gita,
nice.
Look at that! Holy smokes! All right,
And then you add
Studied
your
this.
bonus. Add your bonus to that as well.
can you? Sorry,
Does he add his bonus to that, or does it matter?
what bonus?
Like.
Oh, for his
when
PB? No, not for this one. It's just really as long as he gets a success. But a good question nonetheless. Let's see here. Where did you find holy water?
Holy water is under medicine.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Under medicine. I think holy water might be used in the construction of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but let's see here. Under medicine. Oh, here we go. Okay. Holy water, 1 vial. Let me take a look. He will know the answer to that. I don't happen to know the answer because.
Yeah, I'm concerned because I know they'll come up again.
Oh,
at some
heck yeah.
point because of my lineage.
Mm-hmm. It's not a question of if, it's when.
Yeah, it's a when.
Yeah.
So do we visit this Valentine and convince him to leave Nigel alone?
I would like, if Fergus could, he would also like to try to acquire from the clothing. There's something listed here called military attire.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if I could potentially get a uniform for the guard or something along those lines.
Yeah, definitely. So it'll be a 4 difficulty. Okay. So it'd be bargain, charm, or guile.
Yeah. I will skullduggery that.
Skullduggery that? Yep, you got it.
Try that.
Beautiful. Got yourself a military. So you got you're looking like a, what do you call it? A member of House Winter's Guard.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm going to put, while you guys are talking about your plans, I'll put some of those names in chat. I'm going to put it in the Discord as well, so we have the summary of who everyone is here.
Cool.
Okay. So.
Heller, are you able to help me with my spear?
I can help you with your spear.
You seem quite handy in these.
I think so. The crafting, unless you have some other ability, it actually needs to be done during a rekindling. But guys, but that might be like, unless you're planning on running out and doing anything today, you've got one person who's got an extinguished ability, you've got a couple people who are still injured, you've got to play a safe place to sleep, you're going to have access to, at least some warm food and whatnot. Do you wish to spend the night here? Catch your breath.
We also have somebody suffering from nightmares visions that are preventing him from doing anything.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a couple of things. One of the things that you get to do, there's a very cool mechanic called Revelry and Reflection on page 191. What Revelry is an effort to try and you spend an hour to try and raise the spirits of your colleagues. You can use charm on this, and if any of you have abilities that sub in for that, you can feel free to do that as sub that in. On a success, everyone's peril condition threshold goes up by 1. I don't know where everyone is sitting on their peril threshold, but if anyone needs to go up on that, that's not a bad thing. You are sleeping in a safe place tonight, so you will heal 2 damage levels automatically.
And if anyone's below that, I can make a roll to help them? Or...
you've already bound everyone's wounds.
I did, okay.
Yeah, anyone who was injured. But I think the only... Farrakis, are you suffering any injuries still?
No injuries, just moderately wounded, it says.
Moderate. Oh, yeah. So that's you're right. I'm using the wrong nomenclature for it. So what that means, on a night's sleep, you'll be fully recovered, Ludovic will be fully recovered, Gita will be fully recovered. I think anybody who suffered an injury yesterday, Adelaisa was down. Oh no, she's already been bound up by Alaric.
Good.
So yeah, all of you guys will be right as rain by tomorrow morning, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And then during the rekindling, let's see here, you are able to try and repair stuff as well. Up to 3 items. Oh, that's for creating items, repairing. Here we go. A single Blackbird may attempt repairs on any number of pieces of armor or weapons belonging to their fate-bound companions as a crafting endeavor during a rekindling, no matter if the repairs were successful or not. The worse the wear, the worse the difficulty rating of the test. I'm looking at page 194. In order to do this, you must have the skill rank in tradecraft and must have access to the appropriate tools for repairing the equipment and must possess the raw materials necessary to make those repairs. Which, and I think level 3 to repair, no one's got higher level gear here that's damaged, so you should be able to access that raw material.
Right, we don't need like a blacksmith shop or anything.
No. Now, do you have any techniques, or your techniques are extinguished right now, do you have any anything that affects the...
yes, I have a talent.
Yeah. Do you have a talent?
Eyes of the Maker.
What's that do?
The first few items the Blackbird repairs during a rekindling equal to their level in crafts and expertise are automatically repaired 1 level. Tradecraft may still be rolled to see if they get a critical or sublime success. Ignore all other outcomes.
Awesome. So why don't you give us...
So it's like a guaranteed 1 level, and if I roll crit or sublime, I guess I can fix it.
So one thing that's not quite clear in here is there's a lot of different things that can happen during combat that will reduce the... I'm looking at page 190, the wheel. That say that, a critical failure or whatnot will bring you 1 down on the thing. There's also a suggestion that anytime you use them, any day that you use them, it will go down 1 on the wheel without the regular maintenance. Routine maintenance may be performed...
So they're encouraging people to have tradecraft skills. Basically.
Definitely. Yeah. And again, like, one person trained in that can do it for everybody. So Alaric can get everyone's gear, prevent deterioration, and then also make the roll to try and repair the other stuff. So, Alaric, if you... I think you got to roll... You're guaranteed 1 level of repair.
I need a crit or a sublime to fix it all the way.
And this is a standard check.
Okay, standard. Here we go.
Come on.
Oh!
You want a hero point or a fortune point that?
Yeah, let's dig a hole.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want a broken spear.
Heck no.
Even worse.
Okay, but again, like you already.
I still do the one level.
It's one level, yeah. So it's only one. Dave, on page 190, it is worn. So -1 to total damage, -10 to hit. Okay. So, and actually, you know what? Well, here's something that he can do that's helpful. Because there was that sublime hit on you, it would have reduced your damage or your armor by 2 stages as well. So, but you got rid of your Gambeson, you got your new armor now, so you probably don't need to repair it.
Well, he's wearing it now, so
yeah. Oh, so you don't want to repair that.
Well, mine's not damaged. So.
I mean, the Gambeson you can get for free, so I'm not, as part of your patronage with Nigel.
I just trade mine in, and you get a new one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to wear your broken one.
Okay.
No.
Here, so guys, what are you thinking of doing? How are you going to try and convince Valentine to give Nigel a break? And what just wanted a bit of some insight into the patronage rules too. You guys can also try and seek out patrons. So if you decided to say "fuck over, Nigel," and if this guy is a better position, he may have access to a higher level patronage. But the thing is that patrons will inevitably call in undertakings that they want you to do. If you don't do them, their patronage level goes down. You, I think, have a sense of what Nigel is likely to ask you to do. I imagine you can use your good sense to judge what Valentine might ask you to do as an undertaking. The patrons will also differ in what they are requesting you to do. So, if you wanted to have, like, say, Valentine, if he is a wealthier merchant, he may be patronage 5 if you can get him as a patron.
Oh, I see.
But he might also ask us to kill Nigel and a few other people.
Probably would ask you to do that, but that'd be a real good way to get in on him. And when he does ask you to do undertakings, or if you try and do things to improve your relationship with him, they also may be equally detestable. But that's one of the cool things about it is you can have multiple patrons at once, but they will be, you can try to, like in an ongoing game, you can also seek out the people that you think are worth contacting with. Or if there's ones that we haven't met in the game, yet, likewise, you could do that. So the Rebel Army may have a different kind of access to patron and a different patronage level. The merchant may have a different level. The noble family with contacts with House Winter, likewise. Any of those people, that's part of the reason why I wanted to have a couple of different moving forces in here, is let you guys decide who you want to ally yourself with, who you want to be an enemy with, in addition to doing whatever other stuff you're doing.
Sorry, Druin. Gita needs a new house.
So, what are you guys thinking? I'll leave it to you guys to discuss. I'm going to start entering some names here for you.
Cool.
Okay. I will follow your lead, whatever you all think we should do, especially you, Farkas.
I thought we were going to rescue the princess.
I have no reason to turn on Nigel, but perhaps we could make Valentine an offer to do a favor for him so that he will forgive or forget Nigel and give him some breathing room.
If that's not possible, maybe Valentine needs a few. Sure, maybe he needs fewer people to worry about.
Yeah. If negotiations don't work, there's always that.
Great.
So what are you thinking, guys? How are you going to get in there?
That's a whole nother riddle.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to negotiate, do we not just go openly? You don't go skulking around if you want to have an honest conversation with somebody.
The problem is they won't let us in unless we sacrifice 1/4 of our number.
No, he's not in the city, is he? He's out here as well? Kev?
Oh, he's not in the city either. Okay.
No,
Valentine's out here.
he has agents out here looking for Nigel, but he himself is in the city.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I misunderstood that. But we could still make contact with one of his agents.
Yeah, that's true. We could try to find one of the agents and make contact with him first.
Well, and Nigel says he knows where we could go to contact Valentine. Or Valentine's people.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows ways in and out. Does Valentine? So if we get to his people can take us to him.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah, I think rather than us trying anything too clever, we let him do the work.
Make contact. Yeah,
Yeah.
And if his people
Makes sense.
that's
And
smart.
if his people are no help, they're not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And if there were two of them, well, that helps us pay the price to get in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Back and eat some crow. So let's talk to Nigel and go and find one of Valentine's contacts and initiate a healthy negotiation.
Okay. So how are you foreseeing tracking down? Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. There is an illness making its way through the camp and said to be in the caravan center as well. So that is one other thing that Nigel told you about. You remember Jasper hacking up quite badly. Jasper is taken with that illness as well.
Oh, it's good that he was talking so close to Farragus. How are you feeling?
Oh,
How are you feeling, Farragus? Are you feeling
you
well?
know, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. I'm wondering if Nigel would be able to give us some indication on how to spot those contacts of Valentine's that are passing, in and out of the city.
If he knew that, he would have taken steps. Unfortunately, this has been my accommodations for the past while. As you can see, my view is limited.
We could just go around asking openly for Valentine. At some point, someone's going to hear us. Hey, do you know Valentine? I got a proposition for him. Do you know Valentine?
I mean, does he keep himself hidden? Can we not figure out where to find him?
So
Maybe
if
rumor.
one of the things I'll, just because you are quite good at it too, this would be an ideal use of something like your skullduggery talent, because you can sub it in for charm and for what was the other one? Charm and something else, Farragus?
Intimidation.
So charm, if you want to try and make allies among the ne'er-do-wells in the region, that's definitely something that you could. How you could do that by asking, like using skills to ask around.
Yeah, I think that would be. He would try to find maybe a underbelly of people that he could speak with a little bit about that, and if whether or not they know Valentine or his agents.
Sure.
Talk to the beggars.
They would know. They would know. So I will skullduggery this.
Okay.
Some of the beggars will know.
Let's see.
Oh, fortune point.
You fortune point that?
Sure. There's a few left.
Yeah, we got some. Yes.
All right.
Nice. So you are, I think it is closer to the wall where you come across. I'm trying to think. How do you think you were asking around about this? Were you just like finding folks you would recognize as known ne'er-do-wells, or?
Yeah. Looking for those that I think I would have some idea of the folks that would be in Valentine's circle just from my past
Yep, that's fair.
relationship with them, and I might just start chit-chatting with those that I see in those circles a little bit openly about Valentine.
Okay. So you are at one end of the camp. You see a group of, maybe say 4, toughs who are kind of going around talking to people, and like one person who seems to be taking the lead on talking to people, and 3 others who are. Oh, hold on. We were doing a rekindling, so this is the next day, by the by. Because you're doing the rekindling, everyone can freely swap out techniques if they want. Everyone can recover.
Meaning I can have one back now, right?
Yep. Anything that's extinguished is back.
Right.
Yeah. Moderately wounds are gone.
Anybody, your wounded levels will go up by 2. Anyone who is moderately has their condition at moderate or less, you are back at full. Ditto for your peril. Your peril threshold, if it is down, is fully up. Farrakis, your tithe goes up by 1 as well. The whispers continue.
And mine, so you regain 1, or you lessen your tithe by 1 per rekindling set.
Oh, is it? But
I don't know. Or is it? I thought it was the whole thing. I thought it was
you
back to 0.
So here, let's see here. You have rapport.
I'm trying to find.
Each use of vitiation by you is 2, so it's 2 tithe per vitiation you cast. And then you're not at the stage where you gain 1 every day.
No.
But I think,
it's.
I think you have to perform reckonings in order to see your tithe go down. Not rekindling.
I'll look it up as we're talking, so we don't waste time. But I'll
page 250.
Oh, sorry. Great. 250.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was 1.
It could very well be just
because it was an imp.
Yeah, rekindlings are on. Page. Once at the end of the section, it's conflict and rekindling. Yeah, I think it's a pretty. You have to do reckonings in order to get it to go down. Oh, I think.
Oh yeah, so you're right. I only have rapport. I don't have communion. That's why it's 2.
And those numbers don't go down; they go up, don't they? You accrue.
So yeah, they're going up.
Yeah,
so I have more than that. So I have 6, 7 actually.
Why do you have 7?
Because I class 3 vitiations, that would be 6.
Ooh, yep.
And then I used my benediction of silence, which was a +1 tithe.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, sorry, not benediction of silence. My web of thought.
Okay. Yeah.
So my technique.
Okay.
So that's 7.
Farrakis is thinking, I'm a little worried about my 2 tithe. Wolfistan.
Yeah, I thought it was 4.
Whispering to shadows in a creepy double voice.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay, I wanted to check here. Let's see here. I was checking to see what our next session is. Let's see here. Next session is Tuesday. Oh, Anna. Someone didn't go out during our break, so she's very upset. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. So you do find some people who are these toughs, and you're able to, they come up and they sort of size you up, and you rolled well enough to interact with them in a semi-friendly way. What do you want to ask?
I want to make a deal with Valentine on behalf of Nigel to pay his debt and to remove him from the list, the blacklist, if you will, that Valentine has put him on. And I would share my name with him. I'm Farrakis, and I'm familiar with Valentine, and he should be familiar with me.
All right. Where can we get word to you?
We will be in and around the Was it the arrow and plow?
The plow and arrow.
Plow and arrow. We will be there. We'll be in and out of there. You will see me.
All right. Then, we'll get word to Valentine, and if he wants to talk to you, he'll be back to you. Otherwise, you haven't fallen in with Nigel, have you?
No. Of course not.
It could be worth a lot more to you if you tell us where Nigel is. Valentine's put a pretty high price on his head, and if you were to tell us where to find him, we could share some of them spoils with you.
It's an interesting offer, but I know not.
One of the
where
other
he's
guys says, hey, he's a dead man anyway. Valentine's going to get him. Let us help you. Why don't you give us a scrutinize check, and everyone can assist with this because you guys are assuming everyone roll a d10. Okay, there's a 3.
Oh, yeah.
There's a 1.
Ooh, 1.
That's pretty helpful. Okay.
It's a 7, 8, 9.
So yeah, the 9 less. The 8 or a 9. So the 1 is quite helpful. So Gita, what? I mean, Farrakis seems to be. I don't know why he's missing this, but you can pick up. You can communicate to Farrakis that like these guys. There's no way they're going to split the deal, but they're probably not wrong about the what he calls the bounty that Valentine has put on Nigel.
Yeah. So she'll just lean into Farrakis and whisper in his ear. They'll never split the bounty with us. Or they'll never split the spoils with us.
And I think things are going so well right now, Farrakis, you maybe just are missing that this offer is absolutely not a bona fide offer.
I see.
But you can see it now. You're looking back and you forget just how quickly, like even when you were a kid, this is how quickly people would turn on one another. And this is exactly the kind of bullshit that Valentine would run. You can picture that yourself and Valentine and Nigel were all sort of contemporaries. And of the lot, Valentine's the one who happily has lieutenants turn against one another, happily has, the only person he seemingly has been loyal to the whole time along has been Evie the Gravegiver.
I see. Well, then we won't be able to trust them, but we still need to get word to Valentine that we're willing to make some type of deal, although we should not trust him either.
So you just kind of give me like the sly little nod. And...
Yeah, I think I understand. An understanding nod he'll give Gita.
All right. Then, get back to your town, and we'll send you word at the Plow and Arrow.
Gita whispers to Lodovic, only need one person to get word, right?
What's that?
They only need one person to get word to Valentine, right? Not both of them? Just a sly little smile after that. Not just openly threatening them or anything.
Why don't you? The guy's eyes narrow. He says, "Is that where he's hiding at? Plow and Arrow? You can tell me, if you like. Again, money will be in it for you, Farrakis. It looks like, from the looks of things, you could use some money. We'll trip inside, You like sleeping out here with all them people, these wretches?
I would prefer to negotiate with Valentine himself rather than his agents.
Why don't you give us a skullduggery check once again. This will be like an intimidate type approach. All right, so they've been testing the waters to see how far they can kind of push you. They were waiting for a response from you, after which I was going to get you to make a deception check, but you've shut them down and like, listen, fucker, if I like, you think I want to waste time talking to a flunky? I'm talking to Valentine or nobody, or at least that's what they've taken from your interaction. So they sort of like, all right, we'll send word then. So with them heading off, you should hear from Valentine once they get word back to him. You guys will have at least, several hours worth of time to kill if there's anything else you wish to do. And anything you think that within reason you guys wouldn't want to try or do or whatever, we're free to try that. Farrakus, you had talked about potentially trying to find a secret way there through the whispers from your outsider. And Adelaide, you were talking about kind of getting a sense of how difficult the climb would be. What are you guys thinking? Anything you guys wish to do?
I had been thinking when Farrakus mentioned that about kind of searching for another way in, about casting more vitiations like Astral Schism. But now that I realize my tithe does not go down, and I start getting penalties after 10, and I'm already at 7.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, what possibly could go wrong when a fiery outsider asks you to destroy stuff?
I had no I had nothing against me to begin with, and I fucked the whole thing up. Right away. So this is not, I think, a good situation. So I kind of mentioned it for a moment, and then I rethink the idea. It's a last resort situation.
Okay.
But I can, if we absolutely needed to, I can search through the astral world to find secrets that could not be known otherwise, but I am reluctant to do it unless we absolutely need it to be done.
Is Gita still seeing the fire, or
No.
does that go away at some point?
Once you get a good night's sleep, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully.
Then she's like, let's try some other options first.
Yes, you are right. You are right, my friend. And he cries.
Okay.
Pats him on the head.
Anything else you guys wish to do before we're very close to wrap up time, and I think rather than start a bigger endeavor, I said we'll touch up stuff anyone wants to do before we. All right. I'm saying.
Hey, Adelaide, did you want to take a look at that wooden structure to see how passable that is, maybe?
Yeah, I can make an evaluation.
Yeah,
on that.
so I think
I'll do that, but I increasingly want to use Valentine as the way in. As dangerous as that will be, probably knowing Valentine, of what I can gather in and of itself, it'll bring its own dangers. But yeah, I can do an evaluation on whether I think I can get up it. But
so
more pertinent,
I think it would be. I'm just double checking because there is warfare and strategy in this game. And I think that's probably...
Warfare is during combat, and strategy is outside of combat.
Oh, there we go. So it'd be strategy.
Okay. Strategy. I was thinking athletics, just in terms of...
Athletics is the doing, is the actual physical doing of it. And I think the bigger concern of yours is not necessarily being able to climb up here. The bigger concern is getting spotted by the guards. That's why I'm thinking strategy.
Gotcha.
So you have a sense of where they are. This is going to be a relatively easy thing to do, though. So it'll be a plus 20. Yeah, determine all means of ingress into a structure. Game, quit reading my mind. I'm on page 107.
Nice.
So this will be, if you're not trained in strategy, then it's going to be an intelligence check. Just a raw intelligence.
Okay,
And I think strategy might be...
to find strategy. Is it under...
It's actually not on this one. I think there is warfare listed, I believe, under intelligence, but that's because it's a Zweihander sheet, not a Blackbird sheet.
Okay.
Strategy is a special skill, so it will be flip to fail if you're not trained in it.
I don't think I have it.
Okay, so pick something you're not trained in for intelligence and just roll that, and we'll flip to fail. But you guys refresh your fortune pool at the start of every session, so you might as well use those 3 points.
Okay. And it's a minus 10, did you say?
It would be minus... it'd be easy, plus 20.
Plus 20. Okay, let me just try this. I'm not sure if this is right, but let me just do this.
So flip to fail, that'd be 81. You want to spend a fortune point? That did roll correctly.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll try them.
Go ahead.
Plus 20.
Come on.
Come on.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful. So you have a clear idea of where the guards are, so you've got a really good idea of how to avoid them. It's really just a matter of getting yourself up there, not digging a critical fail. So you have a strategy for climbing that wall at least.
Okay.
That's good.
I shall convey that to the group.
Mm-hmm. And any last things?
Gita wants to sow the seeds that the cult of the crow are not for the people.
Okay.
And
how's she doing that? Like just going on talking to the...
Yeah, she's going to go around like talking
Open rumor.
different people in the...
Yeah, give us a... Let's see here. I think that is... Well, you're going to use your toughness, but I just want to see what... For...
I don't have it open, though. I had switched to the other talent.
Oh, but you can spend a fortune point and swap it out.
Yeah.
At any time, as long as it's not extinguished.
Awesome.
Do you want to do that, Dave?
Yep.
Yeah, you're using up all... Look at that. All...
Yeah, these are like free fortune points.
Right, good girl.
These are like
Well, until
Got it. We should use them. Just
Okay.
I'll switch a talent.
So then, Dave, this will
Technique.
be... I think it'll be standard.
yesterday at the gate, they opened fire with crossbows on the open crowd and just took people right out. It was gross.
That's pretty good. I'll give you a plus 10 on that. That's definitely a good thing. So go ahead and give us a toughness at plus 10. There you go. Okay, so
Yes.
it's starting to help. It's starting. What's your fellowship bonus? Your FB? It's not something in the game, but I really like the idea of using the bonuses and the degrees of success towards extended tests. Like to set like a 20, and then like say as you're building up, you could do it maybe once per rekindling, and as you push towards the insurgency outside, that might that might help the help make things more antagonistic between the cult of the crow. So then, and so I'm sorry, Dave, I talked over what you said your FE was.
+2.
+2. Okay, so that's 5 generated. Not bad, but you're not the most what do you call it? Stirring of orators, shall we say?
But the seeds of anarchy don't need to be sown in one day.
Precisely. Yeah, this is true. This is very true. All right. So then, guys, I think this brings us to the end of the last session before Christmas. So first off, everyone gets 2 RP.
Sweet.
So definitely take a
nice.
look and spend that between now and next session. Come on over here.
okay.
And for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for Chapter 2 of the Blackbirds of Yule mini campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you're watching this at another time too, be sure to add your Blackbird down there. Tell us what ancestry, what path, and a little bit about him to be entered into the draw for those custom Blackbird dice, those Gen Con only dice. In addition, you can you find a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to all powered by Zweihander games, including this one. And we have, what do you call it? Hello. We have also channels there dedicated to every other game we run on the channel, for the most part, at least for ongoing games, as well as a a ton of other great channels. There's great people over there, great conversations. You can find a whole host of other podcasts and streamers. Carl is a prodigious podcast host and always shares his podcasts over there. Graham has been running 4th edition D&D on his YouTube channel still.
Oh, cool.
Right? Yep. So you can also find links to that under the streamers channel. Jamie, you've started streaming your AD&D 2nd edition game?
Yeah.
Yep. So there's plenty of stuff. And if you're looking for something idle to do over the break, definitely, I believe you can find George's IMDb page down there. And it's never a bad thing to just go to the IMDb page and hit refresh. It's a great fun activity to do, even while idling away. So lots of great content over there, lots of great people, and very helpful and very friendly as well, too. So you're more than welcome to join us over there. There is also a Find a Group channel, too, that is often looking for people to play with. So if you don't have people to play with, you can sometimes find some great people to play with over there. In addition, there is a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games, who I ordered from again. God dang it! No, actually, you know what? No. So I got to contact them about a new discount code. It just expired for a holiday special, but we normally have a discount code. You also check one of the more recent videos, not this one, but I will find the code. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent retailer, unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an amazing selection of new role-playing games, card games, and board games, an amazing selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs, including, I can't remember what my most recent stupid purchase was, but there was something I was like, oh, I don't think I got that in my collection, double-checked, and I'm like, I think I need the game screen for the game I would only ever run online and still have yet to actually run, but, you know, fills a hole. Merry Christmas. And one of the things I do really love about them as well is they have a terrific want list feature. So if there is something that you're looking for that is hard to find or out of print, you can put it on the want list and they'll send you an email when it comes in, and then you can pick it up. I filled a number of collections myself on the channel, and then I will contact them. We'll get a new discount code too. The current code that is down there does not work, but I believe they're having their holiday sale right now, so you will be saving money on some other stuff anyway. If not, just check back on a more recent video, and we'll have the discount code, which you can enter at checkout and save yourself 10% on your purchase. In addition, there's also a link down below to the Heroes Save Villages campaign. That's the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries at the time of recording. As a small way of saying thank you, starting in the new year, for one, we'll be having more charity sessions, and we'll be having donors be able to vote on those to help shape what the content's going to be and whatnot. But we also have a charity raffle that will be happening at the end of January in 2023. The grand prize for that will be a copy of our friends at Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse have very generously donated a copy of their Platinum Edition Spelljammer Adventures in Space. You can see my copy lurking behind there. I'm going to do an unboxing for that over the holidays. And we'll also be using that to run some more games in the new year, because we've run 2 of them so far, and they were a shit ton of fun. But the full contents of the box set and the maps and all the other great stuff, miniatures that all come with it, that will be our grand prize for our next charity raffle, as well as a bunch of other great prizes we've got from other folks. Dave has very generously donated another chainmail dice bag. We'll have some stuff from our Dungeon Musings Red Bubble shop. So there's a bunch of great content, or a bunch of great prizes, and every $25 Canadian that you donate through that link to Heroes Save Villages will give you one chance to win. And all money that is donated through that link goes directly to them. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just helps out the kids who benefit from their activities. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our stalwart Blackbirds. What an enormous amount of fun this has been so far, guys. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And in particular, a big thank you to Graham for sitting up to such an ungodly hour in the morning to join us in the Carcass Nation. So, yeah. I think, that extra, the extra XP that somebody gets for the session, I believe, Graham, by burning the Midnight Oil, you get 1 extra RP for today. So, Thank you very much for joining us at such a ridiculous hour. For everybody, though, so George, Jamie, Graham, Jeffrey, Dave, and Carl, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. The same for everybody at home. Thank you so much for joining us on the Dungeon Musings channel all this year. It has been a very exciting year. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm planning on doing my year in review. So if you would, if you do want to join there too, I will answer questions in chat and whatnot during that time as well. If not, it's very unlikely this is going to be the last time that I yap about games and whatnot at some point in the channel.
Do you have time for that, Kevin?
I don't yet, but I'll post it on the Dungeon Musings Discord server's main channel. I'm probably going to talk. It'll probably be around 2 o'clock my time. Just to judge. So I need to go through the whole year and remember what all games we ran, and I'm going to do a full debrief of all the different games that we had got to the channel. We had some real fucking great ones this year too. Just running through the list of games of holy fuck. Do you remember how much fun we had with Dangerous Journeys? That was April. I completely forgot about it, and then I watched a session. I'm like, oh man, that was a fucking great game. Anyway, so we got a lot to talk about tomorrow. We'll be back in the Carcass Nations and see how this meeting with Valentine Nicelle goes between now and sometime in the new year. We've got all the entire schedule for this posted on the community tab of the Dungeon Musings Discord, Dungeon Musings YouTube channel, and I've posted it to the main channel on the Dungeon Musings Discord server. So if you want to follow us along live and you want to add, in chat and on the on the in the description of the video, add comments with your Blackbird, gives you 2 different chances of winning. So definitely, share with us what ideas you have for your Blackbirds, and we will be happy to add your name to the raffle. With that, I think we bring the last session before Christmas to a close. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our Blackbirds have been running into on the outskirts of Culwardine. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, happy gaming, and happy holidays.
See ya.
Merry Christmas.